Pokemon Sword! The coolest one! Yay. Well, we've got a single egg, we've got a can of Diet Mountains, and we're ready to party. I hope you're ready. I wish that she had another egg for me. Ugh. I had something planned for... Oh yeah, I was gonna get one of those, like, stream counters, but, I forgot to set it up. So, you get to count on your own. We're at 73 eggs to start out with. Good morning, Epic. Good morning, Double D. Wouldn't it be hilarious if this first one was it? Yeah, no such luck. I watched a couple videos of people hunting Budews. So, one of these days, Bree, you'll be able to make it again. But that's okay. You do your stuff. You have fun. Or don't. I'm a streamer, not a cop. The cops can't force you to have fun either. All they can really do is, you know, shoot your dog and not help you with your, legal issues. Maybe this item will be good luck. You see, it's health, like a healthy, shiny baby. See, it'll be perfect. Look at how fast we're going. Of course, with the way the light is hitting her, I can barely tell when her arms are crossed. So, that ought to be fun to deal with. I keep misreading that as, like, the egg has been salad. Like a little egg salad. I had a sushi before this started. A little chicken teriyaki and some sushi. Went to a local place, and they, were very crowded today. But fortunately, everyone was social distancing. Which isn't always the case there. You always get that one dipshit in there that, has their mask under their nose. I'm like, could you fuck off? Yarn! A Budew! What the fuck? Man, I've hatched 75 of these, and I haven't gotten a single shiny yet. What to heck? Oh, I don't want to give Budew a nickname. It's not shiny! Oh yeah, Russ did die. He should have simply beaten a video game. Speaking of beating video games, I've been ripping through World of Final Fantasy. It's... I don't want to say it's easier than I thought it would be. It's like every fight, I feel like I'm the proper level, and like I'm barely surviving all the fights, but like I never feel like I'm in danger. It just feels like a natural consequence of, okay, I've used all my materials, or I've used all my skills available, and I'm running a little low. I haven't used an item yet, but the boss is also kind of ready to die, so... Man, I would love to get, like, a first attempt shiny. I was about to say, the last, wild shiny I found... Actually, I don't think I've ever bred a shiny. I've gotten a shiny Smoochum in Pokemon Crystal, but the odd egg is, like, it's a 14% chance to be shiny, so it's not like that's, a huge, big thing. And the worst part is, it was a solo run, so I couldn't even use it. Oh, Competo? Yeah. Basically is just raw candy. The main reason I know about it is because, it's a big thing in Umineko. Man, speaking of shiny Rattatas that were, like, not being searched for, the last thing I was shiny hunting in Let's Go Eevee was a Krabby. And after a while, I got kind of bored of dealing with that area, so I just went to another route to look for a shiny Ekans. I'm like, cool, I've already got this shiny chain going, let's see if I can luck into a shiny Ekans. And within 30 seconds of getting to the Ekans route, a shiny Rattata popped up. I'm like, okay. We take those. Similar in Pokemon Go, I got a shiny Rattata. We were on an intern tour at work. And I'm sitting there talking with my other intern pal. And then I open up Go and we're at a stoplight. And I see a Rattata there and I click on it and it's shining. I was like, "Bwah!" She's like, "Whoa, whoa, what? And I'm like, "I found a shiny." And they're like, "I don't know what that means." I'm like, "Yeah, that's okay." I said it's very rare, and she was happy, and it was nice. That intern tour was really fun. We were the only 2 interns that wanted to be there. It felt like everyone else looked so sad and depressed, and we were just sitting there with our cameras like, "Yeah, isn't this great?" But I also think we were the oldest interns there, because everyone else there seemed like they were, like, 16 and, like, 17. I think the oldest person there was 18 besides us. And we're sitting here as college graduates and, like, seniors in college. And we're just like, yeah, this is exactly what we want to do. And it felt like everyone else there was, like, doing this because it was the summer. And it felt like people there were, like, there because, like, their parents told them to, or, like, they had to do it for a class or something. And we were the only people there that were like, yeah, this is exactly what we want. That was a fun summer. I liked it a lot. I had a genuinely good time. And then I put in another application there, not to be another intern, but like to get like a part-timer position there that opened up when one of the guys left. And then COVID hit, so I sure didn't get it. Because, like, the position closed down before they called anyone, and then I was like, well, shit. And I have gone back since, and they never came around again, so I'm guessing that they probably either filled it up and just never called me. Which apparently is something they do. It's like, they don't hire interns except sometimes, and it's like, well... They're like, we want you to, like, go out and improve your work elsewhere. I'm like, man, I want to fucking eat. No one else is hiring me, and you already know... I already know how everything works there. Just fucking hire me. But alas... not the case. But it's fine. I'm making good money freelancing now. Oh, it is a fucking shiny. No, it is not. Damn it. I would not like to give Budew a nickname. Fuck this. God damn it. If I was doing this on an actual Switch, I would, I'd shiny hunt 2 Budews. And, send one over to, Shining Pearl. Because I'm gonna use a Roserade there, but... you know, I'd have to shiny hunt another one if I wanted a shiny one. Freelance is just... I'm working with, one of my pals I met in the Go group, who also worked at the job I interned at, and taught me. And we go out, and people hire us for different stuff. We've been doing a lot of music videos, a lot of photo shoots. Whatever we get hired for. And it pays a fuckload. I just don't make... It's not consistent hours, so... It's like $50 an hour, but... I don't think I've worked a total of 40 hours yet. But it's enough to pay off my bills. Like, I don't have to worry about... Between that and the stimmy, like, I haven't had to worry about bills in years, so... Pay my bills, and I get to play video games on the internet. It's fun. Life's going pretty well. So yeah, I tried, remember last time I talked about, like, we got, like, this little, like, mini elliptical, and I was gonna, like, yeah, I could shiny hunt on that. And also get steps on Pokemon Go. Well, I tried using it, and Go does not pick up my steps when I'm using it, so it's really unfortunate. I'm like, damn, all I wanted was some low attention steps. I almost bought one of those phone shakers for Go. Just so, like, while I'm editing or sleeping, I could just constantly be hatching eggs. But I looked up all the ones, and, like, they're all 20 bucks, but, like, apparently, like, everyone says, like, yeah, they last 2 weeks, and then they break. I'm like, alright, I don't really feel like dealing with that, then. $20 is not worth 2 weeks of not having to go outside. I'd rather spend that 20 on something actually useful, you know? I don't want all my shit to break. But it's gonna suck when I just release a bunch of baby Budews into the wild. It's like, alright, I love you babies. Everyone into the fucking wild now. We're going to ruin the population. Hello, Dr. Bones. It's a lot of female Budews. We could call her Rosacea. Yeah, right? We've already gotten, like, 10 this stream. I was gonna say, oh no, Monster Hunter Rise is dropping in 4 days. That's what order is coming. I'm also gonna pre-order, Capcom's gonna get a lot of my money, because I'm gonna pre-order, Resident Evil 8. I checked the recommended, benchmarks, and my PC completely eclipsed them. Like, ray tracing 4K 60 frames per second, and it's nowhere near my card. I'm like, oh, like that's something. Oh no! Grandma, why? Fucking, they released the new line of Sitting Cuties, which is like the, really cheap, Pokemon plushes on the Pokemon Center. It's like $11 for like a tiny little plush of like all the Gen 1 Pokemon or Gen 2 Pokemon. And they recently released Gen 3. And me and Casey went through everything, and all the ones we wanted are already sold out. Which is less than ideal. Same with Trev, like, we looked at, like, Mawile, we looked at, Roselia, it's all gone. I'm like, I would have to set an alarm for, like, the second Gen 4 drop so I can get a Budew one. No, they're not up to Gen 7 yet. Yeah, I wanted a Jirachi one, because I was gonna, like... I think they still had Slugma and Magcargo, but I already have a bunch of... I have a, custom Magcargo plush that Casey sent me. So I did not buy that. Because I already know that no matter how much I monetarily support Magcargo merch, they're not gonna make more Magcargo merch, so... I think they had a Spoink. I think the Spoink was the only one I looked at that they still had. But I wanted to get a Jirachi one so I could, see if I could, like, put dye on it and, like, homebrew a shiny Jirachi one. Because that'd be like Mother Jirachi from the Pokemon Emerald stream. Ah, just poked myself in the fucking eye. Man, that was one of the worst bits of pain I ever experienced, is when my cat, Leaf, when she sleeps, sometimes if you move near her when she sleeps, sometimes she wakes up and she chirps at you. She goes like, "Brrf," and she rolls over on her back so you can pet her belly. And while you're doing that, she'll start like kneading your forehead. And it's like she's petting you back, and it's cute. And I didn't, like, I had my eye open because I was looking at her, and she fucking managed to, in like a split second, hook her claw into, like, my pupil and, like, yank. And it was, like, one of the worst fucking bits of pain I've ever experienced. Fortunately, the eye didn't get damaged, but, like, motherfucker, that hurt and scared me. Mother Jirachi was so goddamn weird. I told you, like, I had, like, the absolute scariest nightmare of my life after that stream. Like, it was really fucked up. And it was about a fucking Jirachi. That's not the worst thing. Well, actually, well, I want to say it's not the worst thing to happen to my eye, but I guess it was, because that's the only thing that's ever happened to my eye that hurt. But one time when I was, golly, I must have been 15. We were out in the woods at night, just, like, running around. We had to, like, hop over a fence to get back in the woods. And when I did that, I landed, and I turned back around to make sure my friends got over, and I turned around and walked forward, and I ran into a tree. And I was like, oh, that's weird. And then I was trying to blink, and I couldn't. And I was like, what the fuck? And I reached in there, and there was, like, probably like a 3-inch stick jammed in my eye socket that I had to, like, grab and pull out. And I managed to do it safely, and it was really weird. I didn't tell anyone about it. Mother Jirachi was a thing where, during Pokemon Emerald, I determined that the Battle Frontier is bullshit, and I decided to stop doing it, so I was just like, fuck it, I'm just gonna catch all the legendaries, and we're gonna call this a series. But, you know, you can't catch Celebi or Jirachi in it, so I had to put in cheats to get it to work. And I was like, alright, what would be the location that they would be most fitting in? And Celebi, I chose the rainy route before Fortree. And Jirachi, I'm like, let's go to Meteor Cave. And someone's like, alright, we have to go deep in, and the Mother Jirachi is the shiny one, and I think that's really funny. So I have an encounter that everything in Meteor Falls is a Jirachi, and when we get to the end, next to Steven, we'll find a shiny one. And that's the Mother Jirachi. Because shiny Jirachi in Gen 3 looks really spooky and creepy. And we catch it, and we name it Mother. And we go into the PC, and I swear this sounds like a creepypasta, but it's not. There is literal video evidence of the stuff I'm about to say. And it was live, so it's not edited. I fucking go in the box to get the Mother Jirachi, and her name is now just a mishmash of random characters. Like a % sign, a triangle symbol. And we didn't do that. We named it Mother. Like, it glitched in the box, and we're like, oh, that's weird. And so, we fucking pull it out and put it in our party. And within, like, a minute of having it in our party, we're walking around, and the game crashes. And we're like, oh no! Oh no! So within like a minute, James already had like a full fanfiction of it. And that night, like, I just had like this super terrifying visceral dream of like being back at Towson. And like everyone was like dying and no one knew what was happening. And like I went back into like one of my rooms. Or I went into a room, and, like, there was just, like, this huge slimy tentacle on the ground, lifting up, like, one of my friends, like, and he's dead, and I'm like... And the Mother Jirachi is talking, like, mockingly in his voice, like, hey, Adam, you have to save me! And, like, threw its body away and then leapt at me, and I woke up, and I was like, what the fuck?! It was the scariest nightmare I've ever had in my life. Because it was, like, really, like, visceral and, like, I don't want to say hyper-realistic, but... Jesus. It was horrifying. It felt like a Resident Evil gag, almost. So that was probably the... I don't know, that was one of the best streams I think we've ever had. It really was! My god, I hated it. So that was fun. Nothing like that ever quite happened again. Thankfully. I would assume I was dreaming and try to wake up. Because I don't really like the idea of Mother Jirachi, like, having the booba from, like, Lady Dimitrescu or whatever. It turned towards the screen and lifted up Epstein's dead body and was like, I didn't kill myself! And then it attacks. And I have had very bad luck finding shinies on these streams. Outside of the Let's Go Eevee one, I think the only one I found was that shiny Graveler when we had four Crystal Realms going at once at, like, 60 times speed. And that's the only way we found a shiny Graveler after, like, an hour. So I wonder if this is going to break the curse of us finding the shiny. Well, hunting for it. Unlike the fucking shiny Squirrel app. That one made me so upset. I gotta go back and try to find that. Like, fire up Clover again and go hunt for a Squirrel app. I'm just saying, look at Jirachi's 3rd gen sprite when it's shiny, and tell me it doesn't look like empty. Like a soulless husk of some kind. Because I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you. Because, like, the sprite looks so much, like, cuter, starting with, like, Gen 4. But Gen 3 Jirachi doesn't look happy. It looks like... Urgh. Yeah, Clover is really disappointing. Like, I really like the idea of... Like, some of them are really good designs. And there's like 250 unique new ones. And I'm like, that's really cool that someone put all this effort into it. But then the script is terrible, and a lot of the Pokemon are just like, wow, you sure made a Nazi joke. So it's kind of upsetting that, like, you put all that effort into making that. It just kind of seems like if, like, Leonardo da Vinci, instead of making the Mona Lisa, just, like, drew, like, I don't know, like, lynching himself with a giant penis. I don't know. Like, that's kind of all it seems like. That was not a good comparison, but you know what I'm getting at. Apparently they're making a version, it's called Pokemon Sage, apparently, where it's, like, Clover, but instead of just being edgy 4chan humor, it's like just them making a Pokemon game. But apparently, like, everyone on the team left, so... I'm like, well, I guess I'm never getting the actual cool one, but whatever. I will say, one of the best things about Clover is that the boss theme is Darude Sandstorm, and, like, it fits really well with the Gen 3 sound font. Like, it's actually just, like, a good gym theme. I'm like, oh wow, I'm actually hyped for this. Same with, like, it's like, oh, you're 10,000 light years away from facing Brock. And then you step on a teleport pad, and then, like, Brock, and, like, it teleports you to a meteorite 10,000 light years away from Earth that Brock's on. And that one killed me. I'm like, wow, you guys can actually make funny jokes. Sure are glad you spent the rest of the time just saying the N-word a bunch. Like, wow. So that's Clover for you. Moments of brief lucidity just followed by the ramblings of a drunk asshole. See, I know I've said on stream before that I don't like playing a lot of Pokemon fan games and ROM hacks because I think they're too edgy and take themselves too seriously. But then I turn around and I make Rose Gold Heart, which is so goddamn edgy. But, like, it's mine, so I love it. If someone else made Rose Gold Heart the exact same way, I would probably hate it, but... it's mine, so I like it. It's my baby! I remember the first time I discovered Jirachi, because, like, back then, I didn't use the internet. So, if mythicals weren't, like, revealed through, like... there is not a single swear word in Rose Gold Heart at this time. Not even a hell. Not even a crap. I've very specifically gone out of my way to avoid any swear words. There's one emotionally charged moment where I was gonna work in a damn you, and then even then I'm like, well, actually I think it would work better if I did this. I don't even think there's like a darn. Because I don't think darn's like a very like I think darn is just silly. But the first time I found Jirachi, I was in 3rd grade. So if Pokemon weren't revealed, like, through movies and whatnot, I didn't know they existed. I think there is, like, Curse You a few times. So my friend was going through Pokemon Pinball Ruby and Sapphire, and he kept talking about, it's like, yeah, I found this weird star Pokemon called a Jirachi. I'm like, what? What is that? And I didn't believe him at first, and then one day he's like, dude, I got it. And he showed, like, Jirachi moving around. I'm like, what the hell is that? And, like, a while later, I saw a Jirachi Wishmaker. I'm like, oh, that's what it is. Because, like, I had one of those, like, official handbooks, but, you know, early into Ruby and Sapphire, they didn't show off Jirachi or Deoxys. It was the same way I discovered Deoxys, was just, I turned on Kids WB one day, and the Deoxys movie was on. It was like, Destiny Deoxys. I'm like, what does Deoxys mean? I assumed it was just some word I didn't know. And then Deoxys, the Pokemon, came up, and I'm like, whoa! What? And I was super excited, and I didn't know what either of their types were, Jirachi or Deoxys. So I assumed that Jirachi was pure Psychic, and that Deoxys would be Psychic and Steel. And then when I saw what their actual types were, I thought they got them backwards. Like, I thought that... I don't know if it was Cerebi I might have seen it on. I was just like, oh no, they got their types wrong. That can't be right. Jirachi wouldn't be Psychic and Steel, that would be Deoxys. But alas. Alright, so we're shiny hunting Budew for a specific reason. I wrote, and you don't get to read it, it was like a little fanfiction bit that I was writing, and the main character uses, a shiny Roserade, Dragonite, and a Melmetal. So I've PK hexed in Dragonite and Melmetal, and we're hunting for the shiny Budew. But you don't get to read it. No one gets to read it. That's mine. That's my comfort fic. Because it was like trying to think about like what Pokemon would be feasible in real life. And I thought, I was like, yeah, like in real life, like I would probably be raising Budews because like we do a lot of gardening. So I would raise Budews and like it would be cool if like one of them ended up being shiny. Jirachi is probably Steel type because it's like a star. Or like a comet or a meteorite. and those have metals within them. Kind of the same reason Solgaleo is steel. Oh, they are just kind of the same Pokemon, aren't they? Except I think Jirachi's better than Solgaleo, like competitively. Steel is a baller type. I think the first time like I used the internet to discover mons that hadn't been announced was in 4th gen. Like, slightly before it released, like, I realized that Diamond and Pearl had a message board on Game FAQs, and people were like, oh yeah, like, Infernape's cool. I'm like, what the fuck is Infernape? The stars have, metallic elements in them as well. The end of a, Game FAQs. If you say game facts, you're a cop. No, when stars, I think it's when stars start producing iron, they become too dense to maintain their shape, and that's when they go supernova. Game facts. Jesus. No, FAQ stands for frequently asked questions. Therefore, it is an acronym, so it's FAQ. That might be how stars. What I remember, all I remember that from is like 9th grade Earth science and like space stuff. Yeah, but FAQ isn't a word; it's an acronym. Plus, when stars explode, they release a bunch of elements, and, like, that's how metal forms and shit. Elements become ore. Don't you mean a facronym? Alright. Anyway, it's game FAQs. Oh, well, actually, it's alt-right hellhole, but, you know. Been using that site since 2005, I can't just give it up. Give me a fucking egg, honky. It's been alt-right for a while. Though they did just get rid of the Make America Great Again board after the, January 6th thing. The PS4 board for a longest time was, like, just straight up, like... It was basically Stormfront. The Smash boards have always just been, have always just been 4chan. Smash FAQs is absolutely just V or B. There's no soda in that can. I've been submitting reviews to it for a long time, but my reviews back in the day aren't very good. Before I just like saying like, haha, they accepted my work, teehee. I don't think I submitted a good review on that site until 2015. And now they're all baller as fuck. It is a soda can't, isn't it? A soda can trip. We have soda, I just have to go up and get it. We just got a food delivery today, so now we have a bunch of ginger ale. My first good one was Nier. Yeah, go for it, champ. Near, then Drakengard 3. And then I forget what came next, but I know I've done, like, Pokemon Crystal, Rhino 1, Mystery Dungeon DX, Xenoblade 2. Xenoblade 2 was the first one that got, like, it's like a verified review. Like, it has, like, a star next to it. I had always wanted that, and it was really cool. And it's just me shitting on the game. Hell, I think the 5 out of 10 I gave it was too good for it. If I could go back and change the score, I'd put it back to a 2. Fitting, Xenoblade 2 is a Xenoblade 2 out of 10. Hey, hey, wow. But generally I don't review games unless I like them. Just Xenoblade 2 left such an impression on me. The only reason it's not a 1 out of 10 is because, my god, that soundtrack slaps. It's kind of like the Sonic 06 approach, where it's a really good album with a shitty game attached to it. I misread that as Persona's Tale, aka The Seaman, and I was like, man, that's a fucking sentence you just fucking put out there. Speaking of Persona, you guys ready for the Persona 3 remake? That's definitely happening. Oh, they finally revealed the price of Nocturne HD, and I'm surprised it wasn't $60. Persona 5 2 already came out. It's Strikers. I need to play Strikers. I don't know why I didn't jump... Oh, no, I didn't jump into Strikers because I just beat Yakuza 1, and I wanted to, I try to swap genres whenever I beat a game. If I beat an action game, I try to play an RPG, and then, you know, vice versa. So I just beat Yakuza 1, so I'm working on World of Final Fantasy. And then I'm probably going to go to MH Rise. Then I'll probably go for Resident Evil 8, and then I'll probably go for Strikers.
Budew.
Well, Yarn, you can just come out. You know, we're all accepting here. I literally go as Budew Kuzunoha on a... More like Persona 3 FES. The FES stands for fucking evil shit. Owned. Baidu. Yeah, Persona 3 Fire Emblem. You know, that's what fucking... Well, no, isn't that just TMS? God, TMS. I bought a fucking Wii U for Fire Emblem XSMT, and the game got fucking cancelled and replaced with idle shit. So, Japan does not care much for Donkey Kong. And they especially didn't care for DK64. The week that Tokyo Mirage Sessions dropped in Japan, Donkey Kong 64 also dropped in the Wii U Virtual Console. And Donkey Kong 64, I believe, sold twice as many copies as Tokyo Mirage Sessions did on their opening weeks. On the Wii U. That's fucking hilarious. Imagine. Oh my god, Colin! This Budew isn't shiny. Colin, what are you gonna shiny hunt? Shiny hunt Budew and see which one gets it faster. Look, all I'm saying is, imagine Donkey Kong 64, but they're idols. Well, isn't just the DK rap essentially just like a DK idol production? Like, if you really think about it. Like, they're dancing, they're singing. Like, it's essentially just Love Live. Little snow halation, but with monkeys. Monkey halation. Well, yeah, but they're not humans, they're monkeys. So therefore they don't have basic human rights. Yeah, there is a monkey idol, and his name is DK. It's like Perfect Blue, but we replace the main character with Chunky. Or Lanky. And I remember Love Live being big, but I don't... I think the last time I heard anyone talk about it was like 2016 when Siva Gunner would like use snow halation for all their high quality rips. Oh, fuck... Oh, yeah! That is the idol from, Ape Escape 2. Which I still haven't finished. And I should. I heard people talk about this show for a bit, but it was mostly... God, I don't even remember. Oh, no, I think I knew, I think I had a friend who used to like it a lot. And plus there was like the Love Lives, Oh, Shiny Eevee's nice. It was like a Love Lives confession blog on Tumblr, and it was something like, I had to like reevaluate Love Live and the effect it had on my life when I very seriously considered hiring 2 prostitutes to cosplay a couple of the characters and have a threesome. Like, act out an entire, like, situation. And I was like, I wonder how they're doing. Because that was all, that was all anonymous, so I would never figure out who said it, but, I still have to post to my likes. So I can always pull up the picture. That was one of my first likes on Tumblr, so I'm gonna have to dig for it. Then I think another one of my earlier likes, it was like the first, like, couple scenes of, Kill la Kill's English dub. Because I was like, wow, that actually sounds pretty good. And then I never watched it. Ritsuko and someone else. I only remember Ritsuko because I think that's a fun name. There's that raccoon VTuber that's been recommended to me a lot recently. Well, I've already watched Kill la Kill, I just didn't watch the dub. Kill la Kill was fun. I had a good time with Kill la Kill. Casey cosplayed Ryuko once. I think they, like, homemade all of that, too, and that's really fucking cool. Back in the good old days, you can go to Comic-Con without having to worry about a virus. Yeah, that's my partner, man. Casey is fucking awesome. Oh, you got to see it actually I wish I could have seen that. But alas, I'm a filthy Marylander. I'm not cool enough to be in Colorado. I'd like to be. Colorado's a nice place. It's just the landscape there is so different from Maryland, which makes it really fun to, like, be like, wow, everything's either really flat or there's a giant mountain blocking out the sun. I'm like, wow, I wish I had this back home. Man, speaking of Casey and crabs... Alright, now I'm gonna let you think about what it could possibly mean by that before I finish the story. I was looking up the Wawa app because I wanted to see, like, if they would have, I wanted to see if it would give you, like, deals like, buy, like, 3, subs and get 1 for free. But it was all just coffee. I'm like, well, I don't want that. And then one of the recommendeds, it was, like, an app for a place called Casey's. I'm like, wow, Casey, congrats on the app. And I looked up what Casey's is, and it's like a Wawa or a Sheetz or a Come and Go, where it's, like, gas and, like, food. But while I was looking it up, one of the first things that came up was Casey's Crabs in Virginia. And I was like, wow, it's really fitting because Casey and I'm a crab. And then Casey and I laughed about it for a bit. I'm like, God, I cannot fucking wait to get crabs from you. And they changed the subject very quickly. No, I go to Wawa too much to try to scam them. I love Wawa. They have really good subs. Not just sitting here trying to, like, shill for a corporation for free, but Wawa, if you want to, sponsor me, you are one of the few companies that I would shill for. I don't know if Casey's had crabs. I live in Maryland and I don't have crabs very often. Like, I haven't been to a crab shack in a... God, I think I was like 11 the last time I went to one. Maybe even still 10. Like, they're good, but, like, I'm not obsessed with them. I've had crab cakes more recently, but even that was, like, in 2014. Listen, if Wawa wants to hand me a paycheck or free food, like, I'll shill for them. It's a product that I use, or a place I go a lot, and products that I already know I enjoy. If they want to kick a little something my way for it. Yeah, it's fucked up. I'm basically crabkin, but I'm not a... You see, that's why I don't like it. I don't like eating my brethren. I love Old Bay, though. Like, usually it's like... I know 2014 isn't recent. You know Smash 4 is almost 7 years old now? Ain't that fucked up? I remember, like, Sakurai said something. It's like, oh yeah, we're gonna cut out the... We were gonna have, like, a subspace mode for 4, but, like, we cut it out because we were afraid, people would post all this stuff on YouTube like they did with Subspace. And I was like, well, fuck it. If they're already admitting that they're selling us an empty product, then I don't want it anymore. And then, like, 2 weeks later, they announced Greninja. I'm like, well, I guess I have to get it. And then I didn't even like playing as Greninja. Feels great to be old. I can rent a car and drink. Not at the same time, though. That's illegal. Like, I get what Greninja's going for. It's just, I'm not a fan of, like, the, light hits with, like... You're supposed to chain together, like, a massive combo. Like, Sheik, or Zero Suit Samus, or Greninja. Like, I'm not... That's not my jam. I already did my taxes this year. No, I try to get my taxes done really early. I don't like bothering, like, waiting for them. They should put more anime swordsmen in Smash. Man, it's fucked up. Like, everyone knows how upset I was that Pyra and Mithra got announced for Smash. And I just played Pyra and Mithra at my boss's house, and man, they are so much fun, and I hate how much I liked playing as them. No, I do not drink and do my taxes. I don't think I've drank since the last stream. I wish I could transfer the steps in this game into Pokemon Go. Could you... Hate I get all the way here and the bitch ain't even got an egg. Well, yeah, 2B could honestly play pretty similar to Pyra and Mithra. I think I did my taxes before the last stream. Yarn, you should absolutely play a Dragon Quest. We can all give you good recommendations. Of course, my recommendations, as always, start with 4, 5, 8, or 11. Those are always the recommended beginnings. I really thought they were going to announce Crash for Smash. With uh-oh. I accidentally clicked off the stream. I also began... Well, technically I began with, Dragon Warrior Monsters on the Game Boy Color. But the first mainline... Well, I mean, technically the first main one when I played was Dragon Warrior 1 and 2 in the Game Boy Color, because I bought the wrong one thinking I was getting Monsters, but I only played that for a few minutes before realizing it and then dropped it for a bit. But the first main one I really got into was 9. And then I got 6. And I'm really glad I got 6. Man, because, like, 6 launched on Valentine's Day 2011, and they didn't get a copy at my GameStop at first. Like, I went there on a date on Valentine's Day. That was the Sears story. That was that same day. I fucking went there to get Dragon Quest VI. Like, the first thing we did was we went to the mall on that date, and I was like, "Do y'all have Dragon Quest VI?" They're like, "No, we didn't get it yet." And I was like, "Oh." And then we just went about our business, and I got fucking molested in a Sears. And then I think I went back, like, that weekend. And then they had 6. And now a physical copy of 6 is, like, $100, so. But I wouldn't sell mine. I ended up not liking Sephiroth as much as I thought I would. Like, I played him a few rounds and I was just like, nah. This isn't really what I wanted. He felt very off to me. I know I've told... I'm not going to tell the Sears story again. I tell that one too often. Wow, it's a regular Budew! Bud. Budew. Bad dude. Steve is also really fun to play as. I like Steve a lot. He's not really that great competitively, but, like, for just messing around, like, after work, he's so much fun to play with. Like, someone posted something about Jackbox and was just like, "Oh, how are you gonna be funny at Jackbox without saying, like, slurs or being offensive?" And then everyone was just like, nah. Yeah, I've got a Destiny knot on, the Ditto. Or no, I had an Everstone on the Ditto. I don't think... I had a Destiny knot on the Rose Raid, but I had to give it the Rose Incense. So I was gonna breed for good stats, but ultimately, it's whatever. If they're not good, all I'm using it for is Isle of Armor, so... The last time I went to the mall was, last February. And I was so surprised, because the time I went to the mall before that, like, it was really, like, empty and dying. And I was like, wow, I can't believe it's gonna die. I remember when this used to be the hip-hopping place to be. And I went there last February, and it was so packed, and everyone was, like, having a great time. I was like, wow, the mall is... Like, to think, the mall is gonna be, like, a big place again. And then, like, a week later, the COVID shutdowns happened. My biggest regret about that is they had a Sandy Guest plush at the GameStop, but the line was too long, and I didn't really feel like bothering with it, so I didn't buy the Sandy Guest. And now I really wish I bought the Sandy Guest plush, because it was a really good plush. They also had a Slack Off. But the line was really long, and I wasn't, like, feeling up to it. Which is kind of my big thing. Like, if a line for a place is too long, I'll give up a lot of opportunities because I never feel like dealing with it. I have to really want something to bother with lines. And I guess I just wasn't fiending enough for a Sandy Gas plush. Yes, squares have 4 lines, in fact. I got a... I was gonna say a booger, wow. A burger there, and it was a good burger. I ate it in the food court, and I played Pokemon Go. And I had a good time. I look back very fondly on that day. I would never go to the mall right now. It'd be a horrendous vector of disease. You know what, Cyan? I'm gonna co-sign that, because that's some real shit you just said. You know, I've never watched Good Burger. You know, for a guy who has a degree in film, I have sure barely seen any movies. Which is something that I know it drives my boss up the wall. He's like, yeah, you've seen this, right? And I'm like, you know the answer to that, man. And he's like, ah, come on. So sometimes after work, like, sometimes I just get roped into, like, watching a movie with him. Like, we finished, like, a long shoot, and, like, the second we got back to his place, he's just like, alright, man, you're watching 28 Days Later with us. I'm like, okay. So I saw 28 Days Later. And then his kids came home in the, middle of this shot, or the middle of, like, the climax, and we turned it off because he didn't want his kids to get nightmares. So I had to, like, watch the rest of it on YouTube. What was it we did? Like, one night he invited me over. Yes, I've seen Forrest Gump. It's my second favorite movie of all time. I've seen Forrest Gump a lot, actually. People on my private would know that I was reminiscing about how awful of a year 2016 was. But one of the brighter memories I have of 2016 was my dad helped me get back up to Towson one day because I really wasn't, like, feeling good, and I really needed help to, like, get back on track, and Dad came up, and, like, we got lunch, and he helped me get some stuff packed. And then he drove home, and he was like, you gonna be alright, man? I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna be fine. And it was, like, a nice, like, spring day, and I was like, maybe I should watch a movie or something, because I'm still not feeling all that great. And, I turned on Netflix on the PS3, and Forrest Gump was on it. And, I watched Forrest Gump on my sheetless bed. That is not the movie about, Oh, no, no, no! I know what you're thinking, that's not 28 Days Later. 28 Days Later is the zombie movie. But I watched Forrest Gump on a nice spring day, and that was one of my fonder memories of 2016. We went to a sports bar right before that, and I got a quesadilla that was really fucking good. A really good buffalo chicken quesadilla. And he got, boneless Old Bay wings. And every time I went back there, I got the boneless Old Bay wings, and they were so good. Because what we would do, my last semester at Towson, we had to go into Baltimore a lot to shoot, an art exhibit for, like, a documentary we were making. And what we would do after the shoot would be like, all right, you want to hit up Bill Bateman? So we would go to the sports bar, and he'd get a burger and I'd get wings. And one day he ordered a Blue Moon, which is like an orange peel flavored beer. And I was like, yeah, was that good? Because it was like the second time we went there, I'm like, yeah, is Blue Moon good? And he's like, you want a sip? I'm like, all right. So I took a sip from it, and it was really good. And the waitress comes by, I'm like, yo, can I get one of these? And ever since then, after I finish a shoot or end a week that was like a lot of work, I'll go to... Now I have to go to Lido's, because we don't really have a good sports bar around here. But I get boneless Old Bay wings and drink a Blue Moon. Like, I can't drink Blue Moon without Old Bay wings, and I can't eat Old Bay wings without drinking Blue Moon. Easily my favorite beer. I thought it was Patrick Bateman. But yeah, and after I graduated, I actually don't know what I'm gonna name this shiny Budew. I named the, I figured I might name it after the one in Go, because what I did was, I actually pulled them up right now. I named the Melmetal and Dragonite after the ones in Go. So there's Brawl and Brenda, and, Apollo. So if I name it after the one in Go, I'm gonna name it Rosedom. My aunt's boyfriend is a big beer drinker. So he's exposed me to, like, a lot of different beers and, like, what's good. Skirt! But after I graduated, I went back to Towson, like, a couple weeks later for, like, career counseling. Which didn't help, by the way. Like, none of the fucking shit they gave me helped me at all, but it was worth a shot. But when I went there, I was like, I guess I'm gonna hit up Bill Bateman's before I go home. And I looked up to see if they were open, like, what their hours were, because I got there pretty early. I was like, maybe they're not open till noon. And no, he's not an alcoholic, he just enjoys a good beer every now and again. But I looked up Bill Bateman's, and it said, closed. I'm like, oh. And I looked at their hours, and they all said closed. I'm like, uh-oh. And I looked it up, and like 3 days earlier, Bateman's permanently shut its doors after 23 years. I was like, well, what the fuck? And at that point, I had no emotional attachment to Towson anymore, so I'm like, well, fuck it, I guess I'm never coming back up here for a visit. The only thing I think I would is they had a really good bubble tea joint called Kung Fu Tea that had this really good strawberry lemon bubble tea. But I'm not driving 90 minutes to go to Towson for bubble tea. And there's really nothing else. I guess I could look at the campus again and, like, reflect on the memories I made there, but, like, there's not really much else in Towson I'd really want to visit. Hello, Yarn from the Attic. I misread that as a wraith, and I'm like, oh my god, are you okay? You know, just Yarn in the attic getting attacked by ghosts. Should've looked for the ghost orbs. The mall here used to sell bubble tea, but, when I went back last year, that place was closed down. It was like one of those, like, little joints, like, in the middle of, like, the... You know those, like, little tiny stores in, like, the middle of, like, the hall in the mall? Where it's, like, they try to, like, sell you cheap shit and the guy just constantly hounds you whenever you walk by. Well, one of those places was a bubble tea joint. I should stream Phasmophobia. We would have fun. Whoa! But yeah, no bubble tea around here. But bubble tea can be a little hit or miss. Like, I got a bubble tea at the Busch Gardens Food Festival, and it fucking sucked. I did not care for that. It was really boring. We also got horchata there, and it was really good. I went with Kish and Say. I know I've told that story. The Busch Garden Food Festival was a very fun time, and I'm glad I went. It was the first time me and Sages met in person. And the second time me and Kish met in person. The first time we went to, we hung out in DC for a bit. It was Kish, Aya, and me. And we were all just like, yeah, let's just meet up, because, like, I'm about to go back to Canada. Hey, KAC! I was gonna say Colin, because I was reading what you wrote. We went to DC, and, like, we were just gonna, like, walk around and, like, do some sightseeing, and then it turns out the Pride, parade was that day, so we just all went to the Pride parade, and, Kish got heat stroke. I'm like, well, that's awfully homophobic, isn't it? The sun would be, an aphobe. The sun is probably an aphobe. Let's be real. Kish maintains the energy that you think they do. Like, Kish does not put on an act on YouTube. That's just what Kish is. Like, literally, the very first thing Kish said to me, we met in the parking garage. They walked up to me, and they had a big thing of cupcakes, because they made me cupcakes for my birthday. Yeah, Kish is non-binary. They walk up to me, look me up and down, and just say, you're shorter than I thought you'd be. Not hello, not what's up, not it's great to finally meet you, my great friend, Comic Fire Symphon. You're shorter than I thought you'd be. And then they handed me a big batch of cupcakes. And they were very good. So just know that, me, Sages, Kish, Trev, anyone that you've seen on YouTube in our friend group, I'm 5'11". None of us are putting on an act. The way we act on stream is exactly how we act in real life. Well, among friends. I'm a boisterous man when I'm with my friends, but if it's just me, I can just kind of, like, sit around and I'm pretty quiet. Kish is not very tall. So the fact that they assigned me a manlet was really, really fitting. I'm 6 foot when I wear shoes. That's the solace I take. You bastard. If I go over the bridge, there better be a Budew in an egg. I'm taller than the average. I'm taller than my dad. Dad is not a very tall person. Well, he's average. I think he's, like, dead even 5'9", but he's the runt of the litter. Kish is very much like their me. It's a very fitting me. I don't look anything like my me. I made that when I was... I think it was right when I got my 3DS at, like, 16. Back when I wore glasses and had a skinnier mustache and beard. But I like the aesthetic of my me, so I keep it. I haven't worn my glasses in a long time, though. Mostly because they're kind of strong. Because I need it because I'm nearsighted. The one where I can't see things too clearly from far away. But I don't know why I was pantomiming all that when you can't see my hand. I used to wear glasses in class a lot, but I really don't like driving with the glasses on because it it makes the road look a little too close, and that really throws me off, and I get super uncomfortable. So I don't wear my glasses when I'm driving. Sure, nearsighted. So I kind of just stopped wearing them in general because I drive a lot. Whoa. And now I don't really need it for editing because I have such like a huge detailed monitor that like I can see all the details that I need to see. For my line of work, I guess I don't need glasses too much. Or in a camera, I can just zoom in. Hey, Stefano. Well, like, it's not bad enough where I would need glasses to safely drive. Like, I'm not like one of those people that's like vision is so blurry that they can't see without glasses. Like, I just have trouble making out just even like just detail. Like, I can see things from a distance. It's just all kind of like 360p. Like, it's not even 240p. It's like 360p. Yeah, man, if I hatch another Budew, I'm gonna scream, I swear. Like, I swear, like, Budew is the rarest Pokemon. 4. You're either holding up 2 fingers or 4 fingers. That's my guess. Have you been breed? A Budew. What's it like to take off my glasses and not literally not be blind? I can see things. It's pretty cool. Sucks to suck, but I guess I'm just born different. I said I would scream if I got a Budew. Yeah, that's the maiden call. If Casey's in the other room and I'm feeling frisky, I just scream like that. And they're like, well, my man calls. Could you imagine if, like, that was, like, actually how someone would, like, try to be seductive as they just pterodactyl screech from the other room? I'm gonna wait like another 10 minutes, and then even if I hatch a regular Budew, I'm gonna be like, hey, shiny Budew! And like everyone's gonna like turn their head towards the screen really fast. And then I'll be like, haha, I lied. And one of you will be like, God damn it, comic, you tricked me, you did. Dr. Bones, you should put off things you have to do and do things you want to do. Like watch Comet go back and forth on a bridge on a bike. Like, shiny breeding is inherently not an interesting process. Like, all you're doing is just... every minute you get to pull a slot machine, essentially. Like, that's all shiny breeding is. Is every minute you pull a slot machine. But here we are. The group of us, all sitting, having a wonderful time on a Monday night. Just doing the same repetitive task over and over again. In order to get a Budew that's a different color. Like, if you think about it, like, it's a very inherently silly thing. Like, how shiny hunting is, and how much people like watching it. The idea of someone just hitting a small number percentage chance, and everyone just sits there and claps for like a minute of serotonin. It's a very funny process. Alright, check this out. I'm gonna ruin the, yeah, Cammy! I'm gonna ruin it. Watch this. If you, like, take your thing off the analog stick even a little bit, you lose your Rotom charge. Well, like, the definition of insanity, it's like, you do something, well, it's not the real definition, but, like, that whole thingamadoodle is, like, you're expecting something to change, but this doesn't fit under that definition because this is something that will change with enough work put into it. It's not like if I punched a cinder block, nothing would change. Like, all that would happen is I would hurt my hand. I could punch a cinder block forever, or I could punch a cinder block forever and nothing would change. Expecting something to change with that would be silly. But this, eventually something will change. Eventually I just have to hit that 1 in 500 something chance. I think you might be able to just type :crab : and that might also come up as a crab emoji. I think that's how Discord or Twitch works. But I don't stream on Twitch, so I think it's a thing, like, if you're a Twitch partner, like, you can't stream on YouTube. And I was gonna go for a Twitch partnership just to, like, kind of, like, double dip, but, like, no, I'm not doing that. This is so sad. Can we get crab dip? Epic dip. If we did the, fucking fusion dance, we'd be crab dip. I don't think I can lie about that. That is very easy to track back, and I have to sign a contract, and I think that's legal issues. And I don't feel like getting sued over, like, $10. I remember when Spirit Stallion of the Cimarron first came out, and the only thing I remembered from it was the ad campaign was a little weird. Like, I remember it's a bunch of kids talking about the movie. And it's like, wow, and it's like, all the horses are in danger, and Spirit, he's just running. And, like, that line always stuck with me for some reason. But the other thing I remember is that Spirit had a very big advertising campaign. I don't think there's any barking on my end. A big advertising campaign with Baskin Robbins. Like, it was like, oh, you get the special Spirit flavor where it's like salted horse meat or something. That's not true. That's not true at all. And I think it's the only time I've been to Baskin Robbins in my life was, like, for the Spirit campaign. And, like, not because of the Spirit campaign. Just, we were going to Baskin Robbins and it just happened to be during the Spirit campaign. I've never seen Spirit. I'd probably enjoy it now. I think I wasn't at all interested in it when it was first showing, but I think I'd like it now. Salted horse meat ice cream was apparently a thing in Japan at some point. It's one of those things I read in, like, those little, like, bathroom reader trivia books. Well, like, there was a game for everything in, like, the early 2000s. Like, anything would get, like, a GBA version. Anything would get, like, a PS2 port. Like, Finding Nemo had a PS2 port. Like, Madagascar had a PS2 game. And then once the HD generations came around, like, no one ever did it anymore because it became way too expensive for not enough... not enough reward. And then I was thinking, like, they make mobile games for that now. Like, there could feasibly be, like, a Spirit mobile game. But the idea of that being a Spirit Stallion of the Cimarron gotcha game. Shark Tale! That's the one I meant to say! I wasn't thinking of Finding Nemo, I was thinking of Shark Tale. My god. I really liked Shark Tale as a kid. And it really shocked me when I started following cartoon and movie reviewers that all just completely shit on Shark Tale. I was like, what? No, no, it's a good movie. It's good. And then I watched all those reviews, and I'm like, okay, I get what you're saying, but I'm never going to not like Shark Tale. I have far too many nice memories with Shark Tale. That's one of the movies I've probably seen the most in the world. Like that, I would put the DVD on a lot. Had a post-credit scene on the DVD release where they would they had like a talent show, and it was boring, so I never watched it. All like the extra DVD features on movies back then, like I always thought they were really boring. One such exception was Shrek 2 had like an entire like mode where it would be like American Idol. Simon Cowell was in it. Yeah, the Shrek 2 talent show! And like you would pick the winner, but if you didn't pick like Shrek, Donkey, or Fiona, like Simon Cowell would be like, oh no, we're not letting that happen. Nope, it's me! I'm the winner! And like I went through all of them, and like they were pretty much all just Simon Cowell, like saying, "No, I'm the winner." Monkey, reject Passimian, return to Monkey. We were watching, I think it was Monsters Inc.'s special features had like one of the things was like them doing like a rock paper scissors dance in Japanese. And I remember, like, the first time we saw that, like... You ever get, like, real secondhand embarrassment by watching something weird with your parents when you were a kid? Like, I'm not even the one who... Because everyone would, like, go through and pick, like, what special feature we should watch next. And I think it was, like, the 5-year-old, like, my mom's friend's kid chose that. And even, like, that one, I was like, oh, I'm so embarrassed that Mom looked at this event with me. You know, I went to Disney World with Casey, really soon after Kingdom Hearts 3 released, and they had nothing there. Like, there were no Sora, there was no Riku. Like, what the fuck? I wanted to wield a Keyblade. And all I did was have a wonderful time with the person I love. Like, what the fuck? Then again, I don't think they've ever done, like, anything at Disney World with, Kingdom Hearts. Like, all I've heard about it is when 2 dropped, you could play a demo at Disney World for a bit. But it's like, for how hard they interfere with that series, they could at least advertise it better at Disney World. Maybe they do it in, like, Disney World Japan. That would be really fun. And then again, that really is just Thing Japan. North of the North? Xenorod is actually, like, a really cool way to fuck up Xehanort's name. It's like Xenoblade, but dirty. Because I don't know, Kingdom Hearts is weird. They pushed 1 really hard. Because I think at that point it was a lot easier to get people to try to play Kingdom Hearts, because, like, back then, like, I don't think most of the kids playing Kingdom Hearts, like, ever got further than, like, the initial couple Disney Worlds. So they'd be like, whoa, it's Winnie the Pooh! And they would never get to see, like, all this stuff about, like, oh, you're not a real Keyblade master, like the actual anime Final Fantasy stuff. So then once the series mostly just became all that, I think Disney started kind of distancing itself, even if it still makes a shitload of money. All I'm saying is... I didn't like 3 very much. 3 was a game that, like... It's kind of like Season 8 of Game of Thrones, where the finale to something is so bad is that it's hard to go back and recommend the good parts of the series because they don't go anywhere. It's like, wow, look at all these cool mysteries that in the result just get answered in like 2 seconds anticlimactically. So it's hard to like recommend this. It's like, oh, it's really cool, but like the payoff is always going to be shit, so it's not like I really can recommend it to you. So if I'm ever going to recommend Kingdom Hearts nowadays, I'm just gonna say play 1, Chain of Memories, and 2. Like, that's such a perfect trilogy. Like, it really didn't need to go anywhere else after that. It sure is an opinion. But it's mine, and I'm going to keep it. So 1, 2, and 3, or rather, 1, Chain of Memories, and 2 are like the perfect trilogy. And I sure hope The World Ends With You Neo doesn't, like, ram a lot of KH, like, hints down our throat. I kind of want The World Ends With You Neo to just be its own thing. Like, the idea of it connecting back to Kingdom Hearts sounded interesting at first, but now it's like, I don't know, man. I don't want everything to be a cinematic universe now. Hey, Death Touch! Like, let things stand on their own merits. I just want to play a game or watch a movie. Yeah, I actually think it is the Ditto's Cloaca, because, I believe my Roserade is a male. So it's shooting sprem. If all of, like, Kingdom Hearts, The World Ends With You, and Final Fantasy was all leading into the big conclusion of it all being Mystic Quest 2, I would absolutely scream. That would be the funniest goddamn thing in the world. Wow, that does not bode well, Death Touch. For my shiny Budew hunt. You're really over odds then if you're doing the Masuda method with the shiny charm. Whoa! A Budew! Yeah, shiny apple is good. It's a green apple. Just get the shiny. Which is what I used to say in the raid group. My friend would get really upset with me. Dragon Quest connecting into the Kingdom Hearts lore would be really cool. I'd like that a lot. Just like one Dragon Quest world I think would be nice. I haven't ridden a bike in a while. They have a bike rental service around here. I kind of might do that to, like, ride, there's, like, a marathon trail, and I kind of want to ride a bike down that. Oh, I don't want to think of all these babies being born just to be, like, eaten by, like, munchlaxes. They have immunity, so the poison wouldn't even bother them. They have diplomatic immunity, so Hamer couldn't even sue them. I might get a drink in a little bit. I'm gonna hatch one... Well, after this next one hatches, I'm gonna get up and get a, some ginger ale in me. Because this ginger's ailing. Ha! Whee! I know, it's fucked up, but, like, you know. They're not real. Good luck with the shiny Rockruff, man. Yeah, any shiny hunt that anyone's doing, best of luck. Like shiny hunting in real life would be like just constantly like giving birth in the hopes that your kid was albino. Like albinos are just shiny humans. Thank you, Robin. Alright, I'm gonna get that ginger ale real quick. BRB, in the meantime,
Yeah, ginger ale. Hi.
Ginger ale. Babby's got his ginger ale. Yeah, I'm Masudin. Oh, you're talking to a random guy. A shiny Budew? Where? No, actually, I smell like, I forgot what my body wash is scented like. My shampoo is menthol, because I thought that would, it would feel nice on my scalp. And I was right. That feels wonderful on my scalp. Oh, are you doing the SOS? Damn. I'm not patient enough for that. I hated doing SOSs, just get, like, stuff like Sableye to pop up. Why do I say it Budew instead of Budew? Because it's Bud and Dew. You serious, Ace? It's a Bud, and it's Dew. Using the Masuda method is when one of the Pokemon, or the two Pokemon come from two different regions of the world. Like, my Ditto is Italian. And it lowers the shiny rate. Or rather, it makes it more likely to get a shiny. Suicune is pronounced Suicune. You don't commit suicide. Ace be looking at flower budes. Oh, I cracked myself up. I'm the funniest man on YouTube, I think. Look at that! I made fun of one of my viewers that I'm exploiting a power dynamic by insulting them. Whoa! Oh, Ace, you and your fake languages. But how do you pronounce Tangela? Oh, Tangela. Yeah. Yeah, that one's probably on me. I pronounce Reshiram. If you say Reshiram, you're a stinky pinky. It's based on the word Shiro, meaning white. Reshiram. Reshiram doesn't sound noble enough. It just sounds like Reshiram. No, it's Reshiram. Sheer, like sheer gossamer silk on this furry, wonderful beast. Now you might be thinking, comic, since Zekrom is based on the word Kuro, shouldn't it be pronounced Zekrom? And I'm like, yeah, probably. Pokemon pronunciations are one of those things that, like, it's really fun to argue about. Language fight! No, I mean, I get what Ace is saying. Now, you see, the thing about Arceus is that it is supposed to be pronounced Arceus, but the localization director specifically said that they pronounce it Arceus because they don't want kids in the UK going, running around they don't want kids, Pokemon with the word arse in the beginning of the name. So yes, it's supposed to be Arceus, but they don't want UK kids calling something Asius, you know? I mean, if you really want to push it, Arceus should probably pronounce something like Arceus. But, how we bud doing tonight? Fuck yeah, dude, that's a great. I want to, like, say that, Arceus, Jesus. That one's not even vaguely correct. Arceus would probably also work. I'm very excited for the DP remix. I kind of like that, like, they're doing, like, the really safe ones in Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl, and then the really out there risky one in Legends Arceus. Because that's basically just a really, like, out there version of a remake. Arceus. Oh, God. Oh, like, half of that came up my nose. Oh, hey, I went up to 5.09 subscribers. 5K, rather. Oh, second. Wow, that's nice. I would very much like to hold off on Legends Arceus for a bit, because while it's the one that I'm technically more excited for, I really want to see if that frame rate was just, like, beta footage, or if that shingling is gonna run at 2 frames per second in the real game, too. I like me some jank, but I'm also not paying 60 for something that runs that poorly now. Yeah, but you don't pronounce archaic, it's archaic. Arshak. Mr. Shock. Yeah, when you stand up, like, too fast and, like, you get that, that, like, anemic lack of iron rush when you stand up too fast. That's running at 2 frames per second. Whatever, Ace, with your Budew. Well, no, I'm not expecting the game to run at 60 frames per second the entire time, but that shingling was pretty bad. Did someone say a lack of salt? Here comes my opinions! Boom! Here's a nice salty opinion. Weavile is actually pronounced Weavile. I'm curious, because I don't think we've gotten the box art for Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl. So I think, Oh, I misread what you were saying. I was gonna say, I think Palkia and Dialga might have, different forms. Arceus definitely won't get anything in BDSP, but it's definitely gonna get something in Legends Arceus. But I don't think we're gonna get, extra evolutions for, you know, Rowlet, Mijumaru and Curly Friend. Fucking Oshawott and Cyndaquil. I thought anemia was just a lack of blood iron. Yeah, I would hate Gigantamax, but I would hate the boss-only max forms even more. Because, like, at least with Gigantamax, it's something to play with. Like, if Temporamax and Spatiamax are just boss-only forms, that would be really cringe. I don't know, I'm not a doctor. I know of some afflictions, but, they don't pay me for that. Isn't anemia where the guys from System of a Down came from? That's Armenia. That was funny. Yeah, lack of iron. Oh, excuse me. So remember, guys, just bite your car every now and again. Yeah, I thought what you were saying might have been sickle cell, but I wasn't sure. Because those cells are sick. I'm not. That's not a joke I should make. That's not okay. What was I gonna say? Legends Arceus is exciting because, I think that it would be a lot more interesting of an idea instead of a Black and White 3 or a Kalos remake to have, like, Legends Unova and Legends Kalos to explore the past of that place. Like, that would be a Legends Unova would be a great way to see the original dragon, because we'd go back to the past when it was actually a factor. Legends Kalos should get to experience the war. And Legends Alola would just be Sun and Moon again. Legends Arceus reminded me a lot of, like, a jank PS2 action RPG, so I'm very, very excited for it. I am going to be cautiously optimistic. I am going to wait to pre-order it, unlike Shining Pearl, which I'm going to pre-order pretty soon. Oh, Jesus, Jelly. I think it's going to be... Like, I'm glad Game Freak is experimenting. Like, that's really the best way I can explain it, was... All the Sinnoh announcements were very exciting because it's Game Freak doing two very interesting things. One, taking a mainline Pokemon game in a really weird direction with Legends Arceus. And two, outsourcing. Oh no, Legends is not coming out when they say it's coming out. Like, I could probably put money down on Legends being delayed till next November. Like, there is no way that is dropping in February. It is nowhere near ready. But I think it's really good that they're outsourcing Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl. Because Game Freak has clearly shown that in the HD era, they can't really keep up. So the fact that they're outsourcing to a company says, like, yeah, we can get games from... We can get more good games instead of, like, 2 half-assed games. It remains to be seen whether either will be good, but I'm cautiously optimistic, which I haven't been in a very long time with the series. And it feels very nice to be excited again. Or at least optimistic. Jesus Christ, Death Dodge. You're almost, like... That's, like, twice over odds. Now, even if you go... If something's 1 in 512, when you're at 512, you're only at, like, a 67% chance to get it due to the way odds work. Not a mathematician, but that's what I've heard. But you're over odds. You're very much over odds. Snap is cool, but I don't know if it's $60 cool. Like, if it was 40, I'd go for it, but... With so many games coming out around that time, like... That's not a $60 game for me. Like, that's sandwiched right in between Rise and Resident Evil 8, so, like, $40 and I'd consider it, but not 60. Plus, like, it's gonna be one of those things that, like, everyone's gonna post, like, a shitload of pictures of it right away, so everyone's already gonna get the full experience pretty soon, so there might not even be a real reason for me to play it. It's one of those things that's, like... If I wasn't interested in anything else... No, Resident Evil 8, I'm playing with Casey. It's just gonna be me and them. I'm not good enough at, Resident Evil 8 is gonna be, like, the first Resident Evil game I actually try to finish. Like, I gave up on 2 because I thought it was too hard. Oh, fuck, my mouse. Yep, my copy of Rise is pre-ordered. I'm not gonna play it for a bit, though, because I'm not gonna be in a good place to play it, because I'm going on a bushcraft adventure for 2 weeks, so I'm gonna be out in the mountains for a, Oh shit, you already got the shiny red. Good job, dude! Congrats on that, man! So I'm gonna be out in nature for a couple weeks. I'm bringing my Switch, but it's mostly just gonna be for, the first week when I'm, like, sitting in the cabin alone trying to just kill time. I'm gonna play, like, a little world of Final Fantasy before bed. And then the second week is all going to be in the shelter I build, so... Definitely not gonna be playing Rise during that week. I don't know. The more I thought about not getting Rise, the more I got upset about it. Like, just, I want to like that game so much that I'd rather just be out $60 and feel like I tried than just give up. It has not been a very good mental health time, so I figure I might as well try to be happy with something instead of just sit there and stew over what could have been. Doesn't Lycanroc Dusk have a really nice shiny? I don't know what the, I don't know what daytime's shiny looks like. I'm thinking midnight. I don't know about dusk. Well, by the time we'd have to worry about Legends of Lola, it'll be probably like another 10, 15 years from now, so they might be able to come up with something for it by then. It kind of is going to be, well, I am going to go fishing. Like, I'm not even going to use a, I just got a huge spool of paracord, so I'm going to attach a fishing hook and a worm to that, and just fish with, like, what's essentially just thin rope. It probably isn't going to work as well as I want it to. Thanks, random guy. Congrats on the rock rift. Whether or not I catch the fish, I'll have had fun doing it. That truly was a random guy. What a fucking Chad. He just comes in saying that he's shiny, that they're shiny hunting, gets to the shiny. Just, like, right there. What a fucking Chad. What a glorious man that guy was. Glorious person. Give me that egg, nursery worker. None can withstand the power of a random guy. Pokemon Legends random guy. Ginger ale. Well, this Budew sure is taking its sweet time, isn't it? I wonder if I fire up Pokemon Go, if I'll find a shiny in that. I found a shiny Voltorb, and I got a second shiny Shadow Budew. That, or not Budew, Beldum. Treetra! Oh, that'd be really cute. That'd be really cute. I'm gonna fire up Go real quick and see how that pans out. No, it's really loud. Have you ever seen that video? It's, of this... It's a dog, and it's pooping. And this, like, toddler goes up to it, and she's like, "Cheese!" And runs up to it and starts patting its back, and it's like, "Great job pooping!" Mom has been obsessed with that video recently. She thinks it's so funny. Aw, damn it. I'm getting cleared out of, like, every gym that I was in all the same day, and it's like, I didn't get any coins yesterday, and now you want to clear me out of all the gyms? Like, thanks. That's how it always goes. Yeah, Mom has been obsessed with that video recently, it's hilarious. I'm like, you're right, man. That was a great job. So I was walking Kimba, my own dog, for those not in the know, the other day, and she also got to pooping. And I walked up to her and I was like, "Great job pooping!" And I laughed really hard to myself, and I was like, wow, I really hope no one was around to see that. Because I must look insane. Damn it, Epic. Fire Emblem Fates was good. Let's be real. Fire Emblem Fates was fun. Story's whatever, but at least I had fun playing at the game. Well, it's not so much laughing at myself, but just sitting there patting my dog while she's pooping and telling her she did a great job. People I think people would give me a bit of a side eye. You bastard. I don't know why I keep managing to fling myself into the... God. We had a nice pattern going with those eggs, and now she's ruined it. It's her fault, I know it. The last 2 eggs I've hatched in Go have both been Galarian Stunfisk. And I'm like, I don't want these. I know it's a fool's errand trying to go for Galarian Darumaka and Go because the chance to hatch from a 7KA is so low. But alas, here I am, ever the hopeful one. Galarian Stunfisk is really good in Pokemon Go's Great League, but I think it's the only place it's ever going to shine. Mostly because I don't think Ground Steel... Like, Ground Steel is also just such a boring type. Like, I get why it's Ground and Steel, because it's supposed to be like a bear trap, but... I'm a little bored of Ground and Steel as a dual typing. You are way more likely to get 2 Shadow Shiny Beldums than you are to get a Galarian Darumaka from a 7K. You are way more likely. Because it takes a lot more effort to hatch a 7K. Whereas you can technically just throw money at it to keep fighting Arlo over and over again. But, I think the Shadow Shiny rates are like 1 in 20? Or I might be 1 in... It's either 1 in 20, 1 in 50, or 1 in 100. So at worst, it's 1%, which is the same chance to get a Galarian Darumaka, maybe. Galarian Darumaka being 1% might even be giving it too much credit. But I wouldn't know because Pokemon Go doesn't disclose their loot box odds. But no one's ever going to do anything about that because they rake in so much goddamn money. Middle school was a weird time. I guess I didn't really hate it. Like, 6th grade was weird because I didn't really have any friends going into middle school. But once I established myself in 7th and 8th grade, I had a genuinely fun time. When I was 7th grade is when I did a lot of, like, self-reflection. Like, wow, I'm acting like a real twit and no one likes me. I better fix that. And I did. Pokemon Go is one of the few things that can really get me out of the house when I'm having depressive episodes. It is very much an abusive relationship. It's a comfort game ran by abusers. But it gets me out of the house. It has gotten me all of my job prospects by meeting people. So I'm gonna keep playing it. Because it really is the only thing that's keeping me sane in this pandemic. We are so fast on our cool bike. Same with old school RuneScape. It's also in a bit of a toxic relationship stage, but it's still a comfort game. Which is, unfortunate. But alas, here I am. My take on it is just play Final Fantasy VII. What if I did like a full stream series of Pokemon Smile? Can you still download Pokemon Smile? I haven't heard anyone talk about it since like the initial launch. We're gonna look it up. I think Pokemon Smile is microtransactions. Yeah, Pokemon Smile. That has way fewer downloads than I thought it would. Like, it says 500,000 plus downloads. Educational, casual, single player. Huh. It doesn't mention anything about, Pokemon Smile helps making toothbrushing a fun habit with Pokemon. It says that twice. Turn toothbrushing into a fun and exciting adventure with Pokemon Smile. Players can partner up with some of their favorite Pokemon to defeat the cavity-causing bacteria and save captured Pokemon. Only by consistently brushing their teeth can they save all the Pokemon, earning the chance to catch them. Hardcore Pokemon Smile HD. Some unlucky Pokemon have been captured by the cavity-causing bacteria. Boy, that makes me sound like a real fucking asshole, doesn't it? More than 100 adorable Pokemon appear in Pokemon Smile. Build up a habit of brushing your teeth daily to complete them all and catch your Pokedex. As you play, you'll also unlock all kinds of Pokemon caps. Fun and unique hats you can wear while brushing. You get brushing awards. Take pictures of yourself. Like, it's data harvesting, but... Notifications. Create up to 3 reminders a day to notify players when it's time to brush their teeth. Choose how long each toothbrushing session should last, 1 or 2, 3 minutes. Yeah, how about that? When Pokemon Smile is being played by a child, a parent or guardian should always be present to support their child to avoid accidents. Jesus. This app is not intended to prevent or treat cavities, nor does it guarantee that players will gain a liking for toothbrushing or make it a habit. Yeah, I've seen this guy's Ramak. I've seen a couple of them. That's a funny disclaimer. I guess it's cool. Now, I mean, the way I see it, it's kind of like how Go works. It's the same way Go gets me up and active. Like, some people might have issues brushing their teeth, you know, young kids, or people that, like, have, like, depression and stuff, and it's hard for them to take care of themselves. So if that's a way for someone to get up and brush their teeth, I think that's admirable. It's absolutely data harvesting, and I'm afraid what they're doing with that data, but... it's cool. I think if it helps even one person out, I think it's nice. My issue is I brush my teeth when I'm in the shower, so I can't bring my phone in the shower. So I probably couldn't play Smile. Damn, this truly is a Budew. Multitasking. Yeah, just shower. I don't know, if I could bring my phone in the shower, well, I wouldn't. Like, I was watching, like, VTubers, and they're talking about, like, yeah, like, she uses her phone in the bathtub, and I'm like, fucking, how? It's like, oh, yeah, we just, like, she has a plastic bag, and she puts her phone in it while she's in the bathtub. I'm like, just fucking clean yourself and get out. Then again, Japanese bathtubs look pretty cool. But I don't know, I couldn't sit there on my phone in the bathtub. Like, that would feel wrong. Pokemon Smile Nuzlocke? Isn't that just when, like, your teeth fall out? Yeah, I mean, I just don't... Well, A, I don't get in the tub very often. Like, I have a bathtub, but the only time I ever... God damn it. The only time I ever really use it is when, I'm really cold during the winter, and I like to warm myself up, but I don't take baths very often. And even so, like... I don't... Like, I'd feel worried, like, that the steam coming off of it would affect my phone, even if it was in, like, a plastic bag. Or like I just so happened to drop it and it turns out that this bag had a hole in it and now my phone is useless. Oh, peace out, Cammy. Glad you could make it. Oh, well that'd do it then. Well, it's only been 2 hours. And I got these like little like plastic flosser things. Showers are called water closets. These little, like, plastic flosser things. And they really help with floss. Because, like, just using floss, like, is really fucking annoying for me. But, like, these little plastic ones, like, I know they're worse for the environment, but my gums have never... Oh, peace out, Robin. Have never been healthier. If I could afford to go to a dentist, they'd be so proud of me. I kind of want to try Pokemon Smile now. What is the full list of Pokemon in Smile, do you think? Do you think Slugma's in Smile? I'm gonna look up this Pokemon Smile roster. Oh, someone just retweeted porn on my Twitter. Pokemon Smile roster. The first thing that came up was the Pokemon Unite roster. Alright, Pokemon Smile Cerebi? If it's just the original 151, I'm not gonna bother. Wow, that sure looks like the original 151. Motherfucker, it's the original 151. Well, and there's like... Dex location, forest. Like, why is your mouth a forest? Yeah, I'm not gonna bother if it's 151. I thought I downloaded it as like a fun video to do, but like that's not... God, Tencent is scary. Like, I don't like to go, like, the whole, like, it is not an anti-Asian sentiment to say that well, Tencent works with the Chinese government, I think, from what I've heard. I might be digging myself into a thing. I don't know. It's because it's like the same thing as like the way like Blizzard, like when people brought up Hong Kong and like they started like treating their players really badly, like that's fucked up. So Pokemon Unite is not something I will download. Same right. I haven't bought a Blizzard or an Activision game since the whole like Hong Kong thing. It's not like I was really buying a lot of their games to begin with, but like now I feel even more morally justified to not do it. Hell, even like I think HoloLive got in trouble for mentioning Taiwan at one point. And that's spooky. Like, just let your people live. But that's like another thing too. It's just like I don't buy games with microtransactions in it. If like your game has microtransactions in it, it's got to be free. Like you're making your money on microtransactions. Why do you need to charge $60, $70 up front? You either get your initial cost or you get your microtransaction money. You don't get both. Like, I play Go, and it has microtransactions, yeah, but Go is free. But, like, if I bought the new Call of Duty, it's like, oh yeah, you also pay for loot boxes. I'm like, I thought I just paid $70. Why are you locking content away from me? I do not care for it. I don't buy Ubisoft games. Like, I kind of wanted to buy Rayman, but I don't want to support Ubisoft. Ubisoft is a very, very evil company. And I don't want to give them money. Plus, you can't even buy their shit on Steam because it's like, oh yeah, you gotta download Uplay. I'm like, I don't want to fucking download Uplay. I have Steam, I don't want Uplay. So it's like you can't even play your damn games without pirating them because you're just getting inconvenienced for... You're getting inconvenienced for giving them money. Like, what the hell is that? Like, I'm not dealing with that. I'm just gonna pirate your damn game. All I want to do is play Far Cry 3. I don't want to download, like... Ubisoft had a really bad corporate rape culture where, like, a lot of people were getting sexually harassed by higher-ups and even, like, lower people. And they hid it. And when they tried to, like, they're like, oh, yeah... Jim Sterling covers a lot of it. I'd highly recommend watching the Jimquisition stuff about Ubisoft. But they're in very, very bad company. And they've never really apologized for, like, the lives they've ruined with that. I was about to say, like, quitting their games also wasn't very hard, because straight out, like, I don't really like a whole lot of Ubisoft games. I don't really like Assassin's Creed at all. I think it's boring. I liked Far Cry 3, but Uplay was the worst part of it. But... I'm trying to think of other Ubisoft games I even liked. I think Ubisoft might have published Spore. Because I think Spore was made by Peter Molyneux, and he's not Ubisoft. God, like, there was, like... Oh, yeah, fuck, I forgot it. They did Stick of Truth and all that. There was a game Peter Molyneux did. It was called, like, Curiosity. Something like that. And it was, like, kind of an MMO where there was a big cube. And the entire game was millions of people around the world digging into this cube to find something. He said, you'll know when you find it, the game will tell you when you find it, and the first person to get it will get something incredibly special. And it had, like, microtransactions, like, oh, this pick digs faster for 24 hours. And someone finally they found the object inside the cube. And what was the object? It was a video of Peter Molyneux saying, oh, hey, congrats, you did it. Here's the next game we're making, and you're the champion of champions in it. Like, and it was something like the proceeds, like, some of the proceeds of the game go to you now, and, like, every month, we'll swap who's the champion of champions on, like, a big, like, PvP thing. And I'm not sure if the game came out. Or if it did, it died really quickly, so, like... People just, like, did all that for something that didn't ultimately end up mattering. Which is really fucked up. gonna save real quick. Just in case something happens. Oh, peace out, man. Glad you could make it. Whoa! Maybe a certain port had something with Yubi involved? Because there was a DS port of Spore. Oddly enough. I remember my cousin got it and they didn't like it. They're like, this game's hard. And it was like a really shitty... Spore apparently wasn't even really all that good to begin with, but the DS port of Spore was somehow even worse. The first time I saw, like, the trailer for Bugsnax, I was like, whoa, it's Spore with Vor! And I liked Bugsnax. Bugsnax was very fun. I had a very good time playing Bugsnax. I got the Platinum Trophy. And it was not a difficult Platinum. Which was nice. Bunker, bunker, bunker. Bugsnax is something I would highly recommend to anyone with a PS4 or PS5 to participate in. It's also on Epic, but I don't like Epic. Oh no, I'm definitely not spoiling Bugsnax. I think everyone who hasn't played it should experience it, and it's an experience I want people to go in blind on. Just know that if you want to get the Platinum Trophy, you don't really have to go that far out of your way to get it. I think going for the Platinum just threw like an extra maybe an hour and a half onto my game time. Yeah, no luck with this Budew yet. I'll get there eventually. I think my only real issue with Bugsnax is, and it might have just been a PS4 issue, because it's probably better in the PS5, the load times were a little lengthy, like going in between areas. Yeah, I've got the Shiny Charm, I got the Oval Charm, we're Masuda-ing. Though ultimately, I only think we've done like 100 or so eggs. So yeah, my only issue with Bugsnax is, like, going between areas, the load times got a little long, and sometimes you had to go through, like, 2 areas at once to get to an area you needed to be in, and that I didn't like. But that just might be a PS4 issue. That's probably the most spoiler I'm gonna get with Bugsnax. Very delightful game. And again, how many, Oh, so that might just be a thing. Oh well. It's still, like, not, like, awful. Like, they're not the worst load times I've seen. Alright, let's see how many Budews we've gotten. So we've done, like, the 1, 2, 3, 4... Well, let's just see how many boxes we got. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6... So, 108... Oh, how did I get in here? So 180, 101, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. So, between that, these two... Alright, so we've hatched exactly 200 Budews. So we're not even halfway to the, like, I think it's like 1 in 560 when you're Masuda-ing with the Shiny Charm. So we're not even halfway to that. And at halfway, we'd be 33% likely to have gotten one of these. I mean, I figure an SSD probably makes all the difference. I love having an SSD in my PC. It makes booting so fast. Like, my laptop takes a pretty long time to boot. Like, it's old. But it always took a little while to boot. My PC is pretty much 0 to up in, like, maybe 15 seconds with this SSD. It's so nice. What you eating, Dr. Bones? Are you eating bones? If you worked at a T-Mobile, you'd be Dr. Phones. Oh, that sounds good. I had teriyaki chicken with sushi tonight. That sounds horrible. It's kind of like the medals in Dragon Quest III on the Game Boy Color. Where it's like getting a full, like, a full gold medal collection takes, like, forever. I think, like, one person was, like, chronicling how long it took them on Game FAQs, and it took them, like, legitimate months. And the worst part is there's no reason to, because, your reward for getting all the gold medals is the ultimate super boss, becomes unavailable. Like, it's like, wow, you completed your medal collection. Guess I can go to sleep now, so you can't farm him anymore. Like, that's your reward. Your reward is you get less content. Like, who thought that was a good idea? Like, it's something that almost no one will see. Because, like, no one's going for a full gold, collection. So it almost feels like Game Shark punishing. But yeah, it's really stupid. If the PC egg was shiny, I would have laughed my ass off. I'm like, there he is, hiding. Yay, Budew! LOL! Is that all of them? God damn it, can this egg just fucking spawn already? Sometimes I feel like my Pokemon aren't putting their best sex game in. Who do you think's the one dropping the ball in bed? Do you think it's the Ditto or the Roserade? I think it's probably the Roserade. No rest, more sex! Ah, that's unfortunate. God, this is just sex trafficking. And the fucking Colossal is complicit because its name is Shiny Factory. Yeah, Roserade's a top, but, like, he's, like, running out of jizz. He's like, alright, hold up, I gotta get a cigarette break before we go back at this. Like, this bridge thing, like, it's just a constant, non-stop, just, like, Roserade and Ditto have just non-stop just been consistently just splooping in each other. While I go back and forth on this bridge. Like, all the other Pokemon are, like, running away from it because that spot is just covered in effluvia and stank. And, like, no one wants to be there because it just smells awful. It's a huge pile of eggs. Like, in order to even pull one out, this poor lass has got to, like, go into, like, full, like, biohazard gear. And just avoid the fucking rotten swamp veil that my Roserade and my Ditto have caused. My Roserade's a male. Well, you ever smell those trees? I don't, like, I swear they're Bradford pears, but mine didn't smell like that. But, yeah, the darkest day was just all the sexual effluvia. On campus at my community college, there was this tree that when it would bloom in the spring, straight up smelled like a fresh load of cum. And it was so awful just to walk around campus just feeling like someone just gave me a facial. Like, just straight up smelled like cum. And that's pollen, so... That's probably what it smells like. It's the cum trees. It was the worst. I like spring a lot, but I did not look forward to passing by the cum tree. I'd like that if, like, Combee and, like, Beedrill and whatnot were, like, helping around with, helping grass types breed. Like, as, like, midwives. I don't know. Cum's hard to describe the smell of. It's not pleasant. Like, it's not, like, offensively bad, but, like, you don't want to be smelling it all the time. Like, some people say it smells like squid, and I don't agree with that at all. If your squid smells like cum, your fucking fishmonger's fucking your squid. Yeah, I don't know. It's got a unique scent to it. Like, it's not something I can really describe. It's not, like, awful, but it's not something you want to smell when... Yeah, Rabombi! That's perfect. I was trying to think of what would be the perfect one. It's a difficult smell to describe. I mean, that's basically what it is, Calamity. It's like, you're at campus and, like, you smell it and you're like, oh, that's not what I wanted. Well, like, you inject, like, perfume into your balls so your cum comes out funnier? No, one time I used, I had, like, those, like, novelty condoms that, like, smelled like things. And there was, like, a banana one, and the artificial banana scent was so bad that, like, I immediately fell out of the mood. Like, it was too much. Like, you ever think about, like, the most, like, disgusting artificial banana flavor you've ever had? Like, it was so strong of that, like, I was like, nope, that's it for tonight. So that's probably what it would be like. Your cum would smell like fresh banana bread and you just get hungry. Well, looks like you don't get to eat your copy of Sonic Forces. Sonic. Jin and Sonic. Sonic the Hedgehog. You gotta be careful with flavored lube. Like, cause if it is, you have to make sure, like, they didn't use any, like, actual sugar in it, because you'll get a really... It'll throw off your pH balance and give you a yeast infection. But then, like, my friends and I had a conversation about flavored lube, that, if lube is flavored, it's edible. Like, that stands to reason that you could eat flavored lube as a snack. So what would stop you from getting, like, a thing of, like, lemon-flavored or, like, strawberry-flavored lube, and just using that instead of jelly? I can't do a Xenoblade 2 stream, I sold it. I got 90 bucks for it. I kinda wish I held off, because Xenoblade 2 copies have gone up to $110. I could've made even more money on it, but I can't be too upset that I profited off a game I don't like. Getting your money back on a game you don't like is one thing, but to make $30 extra on top of that... Oh my god, if the loop was that thick, Hey, Nom the Snum. Oh my god, that's an adorable... Oh my god! I gotta screen cap that. Casey's gonna love that. You sure did, Flaxy Pack, and I am sorry for that. The Xeno stock market. Were you, like, still together, or, like, was he... were they your acts at that point, where they were like, hey, here's some strawberry lube, hint, hint. See, the thing about strawberry lube is I'm imagining it's got, like, the strawberry seeds still in it. That would absolutely... I've been to a Spencer's, like, once. I don't know. I don't think it was for me. Spencer's is one of those things that it's, like, really cool when you're 16. If they bought my copy of Xenoblade 2 just to flip it, I would respect that so much. Yeah, Spencer's only really seems cool when you're, like, 16 and, like, sex and weed are the funniest things in the world, but, like, even... I remember there when I was, like, 19 and I was just like, yeah, this is just kind of an uncomfortable experience. But in high school, it was like, all the kids I knew were like, yeah, I went to the mall, we went to Spencer's, we got, like, penis-shaped gummies. I'm like, cool. That sounds fun, man. I stayed home and watched a Dragon Warrior 2 LP. Ah, well. That's kind of a dick move then, isn't it? They had, like, this, like, full-on, like, lingerie set there once, and I was like, who is going into Spencer's to buy lingerie? But, you know. I'm trying to think about if, like, there's, like, any, like, Japanese import store around me. I think I walked around the mall to see what kind of weird stores they had, and it's a little homogenized. Well, yeah, but you make up for it by being the best Pokemon snob. No, it is not that iCarly Spencer. Or, not that Spencer. Alright, that's a real fucking dick move then, Jesus. Sorry about that. I can see why he's your ex then. Or they're your ex. Not trying to assume. I don't know, I always just assume that, like, adult shops are just drug-pushing fronts. Like, when's, like, I don't know, like, no one goes into porn stores, do they? Like, you get all that shit online. Like, that just feels like... it's... all those stores seem like just money laundering. Because there's no way that they're making enough business in this day and age to, like, maintain their self. I think this is gonna be the one. I was incorrect. God, I keep looking down to this, I got a physical Bad Dragon store. I keep looking down to the underside of the chat, and the thing that's recommended to me, for some reason, are all my own streams. Oh, Jesus Christ, that guy sounded like a huge dickweed. It's like, I'm sex repulsed. Also, here we go. Here's an open relationship after I just... yeah, fuck that. I keep looking at my thumbnail and seeing that spider crab with a longsword. I'm like, ah, Monster Hunter. 4 more days. Here it is. Budew! Damn it. Yeah, let's do a stream where I just react to my old streams. Would never do that. Nothing would be less comfortable for me than watching and reacting to one of my old streams. Like, I don't even think I could, like... I could go back and watch Yokai Watch 2, or, like, Sage's nice, like, old Vietnamese crystal one. But, like, to, like, stream it and react to it would be so uncomfortable. But just like those like reaction videos in general, I don't think I could do. Like the face cam and be like, oh! Like that's just not me. Like I don't get like that visually excited over things. Like it just feels like I'd be faking it. And then what's the point? One of these days, Budew. One of these days! You! Eh. I'm gonna boil apples. Are baked apples any good? Like, has anyone here eaten baked apples? No, there's more Pokemon Crystal in the works. I have 5 episodes scheduled. Well, 4 episodes scheduled right now. We need to record more, but I've just been, I've been putting a lot of effort into editing them, so I didn't get them out. But while I'm gone, I had them scheduled for Wednesday and Saturday. Every Wednesday and Saturday for the first half of April, we'll have a Vietnamese Crystal episode. And then we need to record some more. Yeah, I've never had a baked apple. The only time I ever saw them was on Rugrats. It's like, but Grandpa Lou, I don't want baked apples. And was like, well, you ordered them. Fucking Christ, Bones. I am so sorry you had to deal with that. Oh yeah, I forgot Breath of the Wild had baked apple. I didn't do a whole lot of cooking in Breath of the Wild. I know, sacrilege, but alas. I ordered a Googleplex of eggs. I swear, it feels like I'm about to get a gross effect. Yeah, I mean, if I was... Well, I was in a relationship like that, and I was glad it ended. But, yeah, that's no fun. I'm really sorry you had to deal with that. Best of luck in future attempts, because Jesus. Or if you don't after that, I totally get it as well. Do what makes you happy, is my take on it. You got one life, you don't need to blow it on people that you don't like. Toxic Relation Club, Survivors, yeah, Survivors Club, yay. What you got, lazy? This will be the misery component of the stream where we all just vent about our past pain. How did I find someone as amazing as Casey? Let me tell you a story of how... Of the epic tale of... Wow, well, I'm stuck. That was on you then, I got... No, I'm joking, I promise. That was a joke. The epic tale of the long chase that I had to meet Casey and woo them to join my cause. On Valentine's Day 2017, I climbed into their DMs and said, yo, what's up, you want a date? And they said yes. That was it. That's really what it was. Like, we had talked a bunch on Twitter. Like, we'd met the year prior and I talked to them a lot. And I was just like, oh, they're kind of nice. I like them a lot. They seem cool. And I'm like, alright, well... I'm screwed. Let's just go for it. And I'm glad they accepted, because it's been really nice. It makes it sound, like, really dismissive. It wasn't. It was, like, a slow-building realization. Like, I think this would be really nice. And, long-distance relationships take work, but it has been worth it. My relationship with Casey has now been my longest relationship of all. And, definitely my happiest and healthiest. So, very excited that I have them in my life. Can't, because I don't have a face cam here, but I'm holding a ring they gave me. Yeah, you and Wolfie have been together for a long time. Oh, well. Man, Bones, you're having a lot of bad luck with that. It's kind of a similar thing with my last relationship as, I don't want to say damaged, but, I should probably, oh my god. 10 years. Oh, so they were a pedophile. That's really tragic. I am so sorry, dude. Jeez. No. I mean, hey. Brony. BronyCon. Casey likes My Little Pony a lot. We watched the first couple episodes together the other day. It was nice. We watched all of Tangled, the animated series, and that was really nice. That's a really good show, if you have the option to watch it, which you do. You should. It's a good time. It's a lot better than the movie, honestly. Like, I like the movie a lot, but the show is, like, eclipses it. I mean, hey, if you think you're writing a cover letter, you're trying to improve your life. I'm the one who's breeding the plant creatures. Ooh. Yeah, I don't like to talk too much about the unfortunate one, but yeah, there's a reason 2016 was such a dark fucking year. So I'm sure I'll recover sexually from that, but, you know, get there one step at a time. Yeah. Man, why do people gotta be shitheads in relationships, man? Just... if you like someone, great, and if you don't, just fucking leave. Why do you gotta be fucking mean to someone about it? Just, if you don't want to be in a relationship, just fucking... if you have the power to leave, just fucking... go. Don't emotionally manipulate your other, you know? Yeah, I'm probably talking to the fucking choir, because anyone that does, like, the kind of shit I'm reading about is probably not a good person. I'm aware. I had forgotten about them. Good golly, Brooke. I'd completely forgotten. This will be just a comics little coalition of, all of our, everyone who's been hurt in relationships. You are all my babies. You are safe here. You are free to talk about and vent what you need to. Because if it helps, I'm glad. Getting it out is a good way to feel better. Because it sucks that all that happened, and, you know... I've been in a situation similar where, you know, you get in a relationship that really fucking shatters you to your core. And, sure helped to vent, you know? So, if talking about it while looking at the funny man making plant babies helps, I'm glad it could. And even if it didn't, I do hope that, you know, the healing can come. It will. Even if it takes time. Every step you take is a step further. Not just in relationship, like you're saying, Death Dodge. Have you been hurt? If you've been hurt, every step forward, every step is another step forward. You'll get there eventually. And I believe in you. All of you. Now here's some ASMR. I hope you enjoyed that. Yeah, no, man. God bless Casey with the understanding. Like I said with you and Wolfie, like Casey's also been very understanding and helpful. They got me through some really dark times. I mean, you could have just said they hated children or an anti-vaxxer. We could have assumed the other one from the other. Budew. What if it was Budew? That's just swamp ass, never mind. Hup! Yeah, anti-vaxxers can blow me, man. Just fucking... Like, you know why you haven't seen any of those diseases you don't think exist? Because you're fucking... vaccinated, you asshole. I'm telling you, man, even after everyone's all vaccinated, I'm still wearing masks out in public. You know, it's been really nice not having to worry about getting colds or flus. So I am never not wearing a mask after this. It is just so convenient to not have to worry about getting sick. And it's like, fuck autism speaks in that regard, too. It's like, you know, they're people, man. Autistic people are people. So, like, stop fucking trying to, like, treat them like they're some big other. I know autistic people, I have autistic family members, friends. Just, they're people, man. Don't be a fucking asshole about it. And even if they did cause it, who gives a shit? You'd rather have an autistic kid than a fucking dead one. I mean, if you ask for an open relationship and just start doing it, that's just cheating. Like, that's like getting caught cheating and saying, like, oh, I wanted an open relationship. Like, that's just a... That's such a blatant bad sign. Jesus. Yeah, that was a fucking real disappointing thing with Sia. Like, Criminy Jismus, dude. It's like, how bad do you gotta be when the fucking devil, like, is the one, like, actually denouncing you for that? You've got a good friend, though. Sticking up for you, there. Blah. I think I just blocked Sia after that. I was like, I'm not even fucking bothering with this shit. Like, I don't want to see it. I don't want to know about it. Like, away with you. Same way if I see anyone that's even, like, vaguely turfy, I'm just like, well, you have nothing to contribute, and I don't want you looking at my stuff, so that's the easiest block I've made in my life. Yeah, people that take advantage of, like, trust and all that, they're the lowest kind of low. How hard is it to just be a good person, you know? No, did Sia delete her Twitter account? Fucking good. She's got no place here. TERFs are the assholes that don't like trans people. So, they're cunts. Just to put it lightly. Fucking cunts. Well, no, that's putting it too lightly, because cunts are nice. Vaginas are good. TERFs are just useless wastes of space. Like, oh, it's Solaire meant to silence us. I'm like, damn, I wish it fucking worked. Shut up. Oh yeah, appendixes, because they're useless and need to be removed. That's a good way to go about it. I like that. I didn't see the My Little Pony movie. Casey did. Casey said they liked it. Wait, we are still fucking at this, huh? Probably go for another, like, half an hour of attempts. I figure 3 hours of attempts is the most I can handle at once. Kinda like the Slugma streams, where we did three, hey Yarn! Where we did three 3-hour attempts. But the way Sun and Moon does it is, the egg is determined. Like, if you, like, save right before you get a shiny, and it hatches to be a shiny, you can breed something else and hatch it, and then that will be shiny. But as a result, say for example, for what me happened is the game crashed when I dropped my 3DS and the card popped out. That means I would have to redo those 3 hours just to get back to 0. And I just was like, fuck that, I'm not doing this. Hey, Wheat Farm. Glad you could make it. Budew! Man, speaking of Fennekin, I got a total, like, 000 Fennekin in Pokemon Go on Christmas, apparently, but I was just, like, looking through, because I'm like, alright, I need to transfer some Mons, and I don't really need these Fennekins. So I was looking through their IVs to see if any of them were good, and that one was 000. I'm like, yes! My first perfectly imperfect, and it was a Fennekin on Christmas. Oh no, Yarn. Halucha has a really nice shiny. Halucha's one of those ones where I think I like the shiny more than the regular design. That's how I felt about Zorora at first. But, I've grown to appreciate the yellow and blue of Zorora.
Egg.
Dr. Eggs. We recently got a new, like, compost bin thing. It's like a big, like, hexagonal cylinder. And you put dead plants and green stuff in there, and then you jiggle it around and compost forms. I have a nice story about Shiny Shuckle. There was an event once in Go where Shiny Shuckle and Shiny Diglett were released on the same weekend. And they had slightly higher rates than usual. The baseline Shiny rate in Go is 1 in 512. And for this event, the Shinies were 1 in 150. So about 3 times as common. And I was searching all weekend, and I'd gotten 2 Shiny Digletts. I'm like, yes! But it was the last day, and I hadn't found a Shiny Shuckle, and I really, really wanted it. I was like, ah. And I went out, and I was looking for it hard. And right when I was about to give up, oh, Shiny Factory has been sent to a box. That's not what I need at all. And I finally found the Shiny Shuckle, and I was like, I jumped up in joy. I was like, yes, yes, yes! I was so excited. The Safari Zone events were so fun. I really miss those. Yeah, I'm excited for... I know I've talked about this earlier. I'm very happy for the Diamond and Pearl remix. You get the super faithful ones in BDSP, and you get the really out there wacky one in Legends Arceus, and that makes me happy. Is the best way I can put it. I know I was saying this earlier, but I cannot understate how excited I am. I hope Legends Arceus does super well, so we get Legends Unova and Legends Kalos. Just because I really want to go to the past of Unova and Kalos. That'd be so cool. Yeah, I don't know why people are so against the new, the BDSP setup, like the aesthetic. I think it looks really nice. My only worry about BDSP is that they'll be too faithful to 4th gen. Like, to a point where it's like, well, why didn't I just replay Platinum? I guess that's my only real worry about the game, is that they're not going to be necessarily worth $60 for someone who's already played Sinnoh. But, you know, like, I'll take a faithful remake. Because we're getting a nice, cool one in Legends Arceus being like a pre-make. Because it's very close to BDSM. BDSP. BDSP's nuts. Well, we already know they'll have some Platinum upgrades, because, like, they have, like, the buffed Gracidia Town. They had Porygon, who was only in the Platinum decks. If they're as faithful as they say they're going to be, that the Underground's probably going to happen. I really hope the Underground has online. Can you imagine how much fun it'll be to have, like, online server night streams in the Underground? Plus, it would be easy to get a Spiritomb that way, because then we could all just sit there. Oh, the Underground was there? Neat. Then yeah, I hope it's just online, so it's really easy to get Spiritomb. Yeah, if it's the Plat decks, we'll have plenty more fire types. I like the idea of, those being the mons that reincarnate into Entei, Suicune, and Raikou. I played so much 4th gen. Yeah, I think I'm going to use a Magmortar this time. Well, no, I'm going to use Infernape. That's just what I'm going to do. Because whenever I do, whenever I play the remake for the first time, I always play the mon that I chose first, because I'm like, cool. That's the best way to go about it. So, like, when I played Omega Ruby, I used, Swampert. No. Yes. I considered going for Torterra this time, but I did just use that in the Platinum stream. So I'm going back to my boy, Maunky. Yeah, I'm using, Infernape, I'm using Roserade. I think I had something else planned. The only issue with, I played through Sinnoh so much is that, I feel like I've used everything in it. So I'm running out of, like, unique mons to use. You know, I've never actually used a Luxray. So yeah, I could use a Luxray. I might use Bastiodon. because, like, I've used Rampardos, and that was fun. I feel like it would be interesting to use, Bastiodon. I kind of thought about using Lucario, but you get it late, and I've already used it in a recent thing of, Black and White 2. Oh, I might go for, maybe Porygon Z early on. Oh, but you don't get, like, the dubious disc. Staraptor was on my very first team. Helped out a lot. Getting close. Close combat is just such a cool move. Like, I know I tell the story. But I'm gonna tell it again. Imagine, it was the first time young Comic had been ever playing 4th generation, and he was fighting against Crasher Wake. And of course, with his main Mon being a Monferno at this point, he was having a rough time. No matter what he did, he just kept throwing himself against Crasher Wake. And no matter what he did, he just couldn't seem to do it. And finally, his Monferno reached level 36, and young Comic was full of despair. He was like, no, I'm going to lose, then I'm not going to see what Monferno evolves into. But then, Monferno wanted to learn a new move. Close combat. Comic had no idea what this move was. It's the first time he'd ever seen close combat. So he let his Monferno learn it, and out came Floatzel. And then he used close combat, and it was a critical hit! And it one-shotted Floatzel, and Comic won! And it was the most anime moment in any Pokemon game I'd have ever experienced. It was just like the Shonen protagonist, like discovering his, like, inner... It's basically Goku going Super Saiyan against Frieza. Like, that's what it was. And then my reward for that is not only I finally beat Crasher Wake, but I got to see Infernape for the first time, and I was so happy. And after that, close combat has long been one of my favorite moves in the game. It really was just a straight-up Goku moment. My monkey unlocked his superpower. Well, he unlocked his close combat. Superpower's a different move. It's funny, because in 3rd generation, when all fighting moves were physical, and Superpower, as a result, was physical, I would use Superpower on, like, the Regis, and it would drop the attack and defense, and I'd be like, well, that can't be making Superpower weaker, because it looks like an energy blow, and it wouldn't drop its stat that it needs, right? And the Regis are so weak that it's not like it was really noticeable anyway, but looking back, I was just like, wow, I really believed that, huh? Oh, it has been 3 hours. I'll go for another half an hour, then we'll make it 3.5 hours. No Budew in 3 hours, huh? Or rather, no shiny one. We've gotten plenty of Budews. Man, I see people that are, like, legitimately like, oh yeah, the physical special split was such a bad idea. It's like, oh wow, you have to have perfect coverage at all times, instead of, like, strategizing. I'm like, shut up. Shut the fuck up. I mean, I see people in my neighborhood riding bikes for hours on end, like, being physical. And now with Pokemon Go, I'd even understand nowadays riding your bike for hours on end to hatch Pokemon. Like, that's just a thing that can happen in real life now, and I think that's beautiful. Now, I think the pre-physical special split, it was interesting. I think it has its place. I think that 3rd gen competitive is kind of a weirdly interesting because of it, but it's not something I would go back to. It's like a soul nostalgia thing. It's not something that the series should have kept doing going forward. I'm glad it changed, because it made Pokemon useful again. Like, Gyarados wasn't good before the physical special split. Oh my god, yeah, special attack and special defense being the same stat was so dumb. Part of the reason psychic types were so busted. Man, I never got the ceiling fan trick to work with my eggs. I was saying I was gonna buy one of those, like, rockers for Pokemon Go, but no. All the reviews say they break in, like, they're either great or they break in 2 weeks. Competitive before Gen 4 is interesting. It's a lot of, like, types are, like, really, like, weak, because it's like the best bug move is, like, Silver Wind. Scizor was running Silver Wind and Metal Claw for stab. Or, like, Hidden Power Steel. Like, the only good Steel stab was Meteor Mash, and the only thing that got it was, Metagross. I build my own rocker. I have one. It's called Going Out and Taking a Walk. I want to be lazy. Oh, dude, go for the shiny Volcarona. Oh, yeah, they added Volcarona back in Isle of Armor, right? Shit, maybe I should breed for a Larvesta. Dude, Ghost being physical and Dark being special was so stupid. Like, oh yeah, Shadow Ball is physical and Crunch is special. Okay. Dude, Leech Life's improvement was so cool. I like Larvesta a lot. Like, there's a... Like, me and James talk about this a lot, how, like, a lot of 5th gen mons evolve so late. Or even, like, 6th gen mons, too. Like, you know, you get Noibat in this game, or an early Sun and Moon, or Ultra Sun, I don't remember if it was just in the Ultras. And it evolves so late because you were supposed to get it late in X and Y, and it's bounced around that. But you get it early, and you're stuck with a useless Noibat until you get Noivern way too late in the game. And, like, James and I agree that some of the mons should, you know, have their evolution requirements changed. Like, Noibat can evolve at 35. I don't think anyone should have an issue with that. I think Dino should evolve into Sphilas at 35, and then into Hydreigon at 50. Who cares? But the only mon that I think legitimately needs to stay as high levels as it does to evolve is Larvesta. I think Larvesta, like, staying a weak little bug for so late, and then becoming the almighty Volcarona is really cool. If anything, I'd bump its evolution requirement up from 59 to 65. But that's just me. Pikmin Go. Pikmin Go would be cute. I remember I had a dream once, like, they had a Pikmin DS game, and, like, you would, like, flick the Pikmin with your, stylus, and I was really surprised that nothing came of that, with the closest thing being, Hey Pikmin. Was Hey Pikmin even good? Or is it just, like, did it feel like shovelware like some 3DS games did? Kind of like Chibi Robo. It was not good. Damn. I thought it had potential, but then I never heard anyone talk about it. Like, I never heard anyone, like, even shitting on it. Like, Hey Pikmin dropped, and I didn't hear a single thing about it. Damn. People do not care for Hey Pikmin. Wait, are they actually doing a Pikmin Go? I thought you guys were joking. Wait, what? There's no way that's true. Pikmin is the next AR game from the makers. That was announced during this stream, goddamn. Why? I know I just said it would be a cute idea, but of all things, why Pikmin? Is it just because of the joke that Pikmin sounds like Pokemon? I mean, hey, whatever it takes the series. Because Pikmin 3, or Pikmin 3 Deluxe, I think, was the best-selling Pikmin game. I don't know. If it's Niantic, it's not going to be good, so I wouldn't get too excited. It's going to be, like, fun for, like, a week. It's going to be like Harry Potter Wizards Unite, where it was cool for a week, and then, like, nothing happens. I don't even think... I think Wizards Unite cost Niantic money. Like, I don't think it, like, pulled any kind of profit. Or if it did, it was, like, an extremely low one. But that's the thing about Niantic, man. It's like, when they don't have Nintendo's backing, it's like... Niantic only got as far as they did because of Go. Like, Ingress was a game for, like, 4 people. Like, 4 people play Ingress. The start of a partnership with more Nintendo franchises following suit. I don't know how I feel about that. It's like any other company but Niantic, man. Because they're going to stretch themselves really thin. Which means that either Pikmin's not going to get the love it needs out the gate, or they're going to take things away from Pokemon Go, so then their cash cow's going to suffer, so everything suffers. Write a sad story in 3 words, developed by Niantic. Yeah, that's weird. What are you even gonna do in it? Oh, fucking Brad got a shiny during the stream? Xenoblade Chronicles 2. I'm on Twitter, like, looking at some of these. Pikmin, huh? Fuck you, Brad, you're a penis. Where is Pokemon Sleep? And for that matter, they announced the Pokemon Go Plus Plus during that same thing, and that never happened either. Or is the Pokeball Plus Plus? Peace out, Dr. Bones. Get you some cleaning done. They must be saying, shut the fuck up. Like, remember when they had a big event in Go with sleeping Snorlaxes when they announced Pokemon Sleep, and then nothing's happened for like 2 years? I don't know, man. I don't think games should be announced if they have like another like 2 or 3 years to go. Like, when they announced Final Fantasy VII R, like, it was another 5 years before it launched. Like, what's the point? Like, announce it before it gets leaked, I guess, but... You know what didn't get leaked? Fucking Final Fantasy 16. And then they're like, yeah, this one's probably, like, only another year or 2 out. Like, we've kept it really tight-lipped. Breath of the Wild 2 is also kind of starting to get to that point, where I feel like they announced it, like, maybe a year too early. I mean, yeah, KH3 took another, like, 6 years after they announced it. Because Because that was announced in 2013, I think. The same time where they fucking, Man, you want to talk about the big one, fucking Versus 13. Announced in 2006, then announced again in 2013, retitled as Final Fantasy 15. And after that, we still had to wait another 3 years for them to completely gut everything. Prime 4 is another one. They shouldn't have announced it. Atlas does the same thing, too, where they, like, announce it... I feel like they announce things, like, right when they start development. It's like, don't do that, man. Like, we waited this long for SMT Cross Fire Emblem, and then it gets cancelled and gets replaced with TMS. But we had to wait, like, 3 years to find that out. They announced SMT 5 really early on, and we didn't hear another thing for it, like, another, like, 3 years. It's silly. I think the latest Metroid news we got is that they had to completely scrap development and start over. Because, like, it just was not panning out. I don't think we're getting Prime 3 till... Or, rather, Prime 4 until 2023. At the best. And it's gonna... That's really gonna hurt it. Because, like, we're gonna go back... Because, I think the Prime 4 announcement also hurt Samus Returns on the 3DS. Because everyone's like, oh, well, this is just, like, the throwaway shit. And by the time that Prime 4 comes out, they're probably going to have, like, the next Nintendo console announced, so then everyone's going to be looking at that. Like, there has to be a good reason to announce games that early. Like, it's got to be good, like, for your stock or something, but... I don't know, man. I'm just getting sick of it. Could you imagine if Niantic made Starfy Go? Man, speaking of, like, things that I really thought would get the mobile experience, I legitimately thought that after Super, that we wouldn't get another, like, actual Pokemon Mystery Dungeon game, except for, like, a mobile gacha. Like, when they announced Rescue Team DX, like, I was legitimately shocked. Like, I thought we were going to get a mobile gacha Mystery Dungeon. Yeah, Capcom's really good about the announcements. Like, everything they announce comes out in, like, a year. Like, they announced Resident Evil 8, and I was very shocked to hear, like, oh, 2021 for real, huh? Yay! Give me that egg, woman! Yeah, World was only, like, announced, like, half a year before it dropped. Hey, random guy! Yeah, still no such luck here. We can't all be Rock Ruff champs. Oh? Oh! 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 It is a noun shiny Budew! A Starly game? Starly Go. Oh yeah! Fucking the Tekken Street Fighter or whatever, like, never ended up coming out, huh? So why do you think they never announced that? Do you think, like, their stock drops when they say they cancel games? That's probably it. Just letting them die on the vine like that. God, remember when Capcom was having a really bad run of it in, like, the early 2010s? It was, like, announcing shitty Mega Man games and then canceling them. All the bad Resident Evil spin-offs. Hell, what happened, Monster Hunter 4 dropped, and they took all the money they made from it and invested it into mobile games that all failed almost immediately and almost bankrupted the company. So they had to get 4 Ultimate out really quick just to stay afloat, and I think that really helped, like, get them back on track. What's it, like, Nintendo Labo Go? Nintendo Lab Go? Collect cardboard on the go. I'm surprised they didn't do more with Labo. I guess it just didn't take off like people expected. I don't know if anyone expected it to take off, but... my boss got Nintendo Labo, and I don't think they ever did anything with it. God, pseudo haunts are the worst. Like, just because it takes so long to hatch the damn eggs. Casey's been trying to hunt a Goomy, and with no such luck. Yeah, but people bought the cardboard for 90. Oh no, what did they say, Brad? That's not a happy face. If they're not doing a Battle Network collection, I'm really shocked. That feels like easy money. Like, just make a ROM collection. Pirated the... Yeah, I went to the dump and picked up the cardboard. I used the cardboard box the game shipped in instead of the cardboard they sent with it. What was the last game I... World of Final Fantasy Maxima. Never mind, that was the last game I bought. It was 20 bucks on sale, and, I think I got, like, a $100 eShop card for Christmas. So I've been, like, just... Every time something goes on sale, like, I'll pick something up cheap. And I still have, like, 60 bucks on it, because I've only gotten, like, I got Star Ocean, First Departure R, Iconoclasts, Yooka-Laylee the Impossible Lair, and World of Final Fantasy Maxima. And the issue is that some of them are not fun. I tried to like Iconoclast a lot, but I didn't. The story was kind of like way too up its own ass. And the gameplay ultimately just wasn't very fun, so I dropped it. But it was only like $6, so I'm not gonna complain too much. Well, that's not a no. Well, yeah, it is. Ah, give Capcom a break. Alright, I think I'm gonna hatch... Well, no, I got like 5 more minutes of attempts before I gotta start talking about how many I'll hatch before I call it. Whoa! My Pokemon was holding an egg! Again! This poor Ditto, man. This poor Roserade. Penis is just gonna be a bloody stump by the end of this. If I got the shiny on my last egg, I would cheer. The only Battle Network I've played is 5. Because I was really into the Mega Man Inti Warrior manga, which is like a, it's kind of like a shonen adaptation of Battle Network's plots. And I was really into reading the manga at the time, so I just bought the first, sorry, Sorry, never mind. So I bought the first Battle Network game I saw, which was 5. I liked it, I was not very good at it, and at one point I just got to the final boss, and, like, it turns out my loadout was just so goddamn bad that I just couldn't beat the final boss. So I've never beaten a Battle Network game. And I put a lot of fucking time into, 5. Like, I think my file was at 40 hours by the time I got to the end. Best of luck, random. Be the guy we know you can be. Or hell, if all my shiny luck is going to you, then, hey, at least someone's getting shinies. Hell, Brad in the chat just got a shiny Licky Licky in, Explorer, like, Rescue Team DX. So I know my shiny luck is going elsewhere. But hey, if it means more shinies in the world, so much the better. I think the only move that Beldum knows is Takedown. And it has a really low capture rate, so if you have a Master Ball on hand, I'd use it on a shiny Beldum. Well, either do that or bring a Ghost. So it can't hurt itself with Takedown. Oh, but then it might use Struggle. Yeah, I'd just use a Master Ball if you still have it on hand. Brad, are you random guy from the future? Whoa! You are! I tried not to yell, but I got very excited there. Guys, we got the shiny! Wow, that was right at the end! That was right at the end! I was about to call it a stream! Cyan, you called it! Oh my god! We did it! Oh, that's so cool! Whew! And release it. Oh, I'm so happy. It's just the fact that it came right at the end is why I'm so happy about this. I usually don't get like this hyped over shinies. Boy, what do I name it? It is a male. I don't want to call it Rose Dumb. It was already kind of a waste of a name. This'll be the community's. The best name that you guys can come up with, we're gonna name this shiny after. Because we were all in this together. This is gonna be the shiny Roserade we use in Isle of Armor, so, what do we name a shiny purple guy? Let's see what we get. It did freeze for a little bit, just because I haven't seen a shiny yet in this, so, like, Yuzu had to render. Random guy, it honestly would fit. Imagine that, we didn't get the shiny till Random Guy came back. So I think Random Guy should pick the name. Choose a good one, I still have veto power. Ooh, I like Rose Dust. Oh, Rose Dust is really good. Alright, so Rose Dust is the current one. I'm not really sure. That won't fit, but no, I'm joking. Stankums. It's like I fucking like wanted to name something I got in World of Final Fantasy Squimshy, but because Quim is in it, and that's a slang term for vagina, it wouldn't let me put it. Yeah, I guess I'm going with Rose Dust. That's a really good name. Make sure I don't misspell that. Garlic bread. I think I have something named. You know, I have a shiny Growlithe in Go named Garlic Bread. Wow. Timid, which is just what I wanted. Oh my god, I'm so happy. Oh, we better fucking save. Well, this shiny hunt, I'm gonna call it for this, but before we do, I'm gonna do other things. Like, first, I need to see what this thing's IVs are. Go to Hammerlock. Yeah, Rose Dust is really good. I keep thinking it was like something that worked with Rose Gold. Yeah, because it's like Rose Gold Heart, and it's Gold Dust. Get another shot. Alright, here's for another 3.5 hours. The Abbey Checker's here, isn't it? Let's try the Lotto ID. Oh, my game froze. Wow, the fact that it froze during saving sure does worry me. If I close Yuzu and everything's gone, I'm gonna be really upset. Alright, here we go, kids. Alright, Yuzu has been closed. Shaders are loading. Wow, dude, thank God. Dude, I am so happy I saved right before I did that. Could you imagine? Could you imagine losing that? I had to PK hexed it back in. Like, I already know what its IVs are and everything. Or rather, I know what its nature is. I had to just PK hexed it back in. Nope, we're good. Woo. Jesus. How do I check its IVs? Is there something I had to do first? Yeah, Rose Dust is a really good name. How do I unlock the IV checker? Go to Battle Tower, talk to... That explains it. The only thing I did in the Battle Tower was just get a, type null. So let's go unlock that. Oh, I have to win 6 battles? Fuck that. Oh, I'm in the mood for a TM. Giga Drain. Oh, these are good moves. Oh, they're all 75 power. That's neat. Okay, instead of doing that, I've got a cooler idea where I can do that because I'm on Yuzu, baby. I wonder if I can use this while I'm, Is this the right version of PK Hex? No, I don't think it is. No, this is not the right version of PK Hex. Yuzu is a, Switch emulator. I didn't pay for this. This looks like it's it. Alright, so we are going to... God damn it. Give me just a second. I have to... I think it's Program Files 86? No, it's just regular Program Files. No, it's not. The hell? Ugh. Alright, give me just a sec. I have to figure out where this right fucking thing's... No, I can't transfer this just yet. I'm gonna close the emulator real quick, because I'm going to open it back up. I've opened up the PS3 emulator. Oh, a new version's available. That's okay. Yeah, that's still just going to be up there for a bit. Okay, open save data location. App data, that's what it was. No, I can't transfer mons from this, so it is going to be stuck here, unfortunately. The hell am I? Open save data location. App data. Wish I could just drag and drop, you know? Roaming. Where the hell did it go? Just can't find it. This is PC. Yuzu. Okay, that's the folder. That's the wrong folder. We're getting there, kids. I know we are. I know we are, kids. How did I do this before? I swear, it feels like PK Hex like breaks every like 4 seconds. But I know I can do it. Because I've done it before. God, can I just fucking drag and drop? That would be so convenient. Oh, peace out, random guy. We're gonna find the IVs. I know it. We can do this. I just have to keep poking around in my folder for some reason. All right, open. There we go. I found it. Don't know why that was so difficult. Okay, now we can find out. Party Battle Box. This one is shiny. Alright, it's IVs. Oh, that's unfortunate. The IVs are 31 HP, 31 attack, 27 defense, 23 special attack, 4 special defense, and 4 speed. It's kind of tragic that it got max IVs in its lowest stat and minimum IVs in its stat that I was trying to go for, but I'm fine with that. I'm A-okay with that. It is the price we pay to get the cool. I'm just happy I got a shot. It's like stats don't matter. I wasn't doing this to breed a perfectly competitive Roserade. I was doing this because I wanted a shiny Budew. And you know what I got? I got a shiny Budew. So how could I complain? Look at him! Rose dust. Oh yeah, I forgot. Yeah, I could just use bottle caps. What do I fucking care? It is a baby. It is a shiny baby. Wouldn't it be fucked up if the other one in there was shiny too? Wait, there is no other one. Yeah, that really was the last goddamn egg, huh? Oh, that's so awesome. Alright, but for now, I'm going to call it a stream. We got what we wanted, and now we can, the next time we do Pokemon Sword, we can, start doing the Isle of Armor, because that means I can actually just get my Isle of Armor team set up. I also have to get rid of all these, so... Because we are only going through the Isle of Armor with the following 3 Pokemon. We will go through every single challenge the Isle of Armor has. Exclusively with the following 3 Mons. Exclusively with Rose Dust, the Rose Raid, Apollo, the Dragonite, and Brawlin' Brenda, the G-Max Melmetal. So that'll be fun. So, next time I see you guys, we're going to be taking on the Isle of Armor. Thank you so very much for joining me. We'll probably do more shiny hunting at some point, because I think it's really fun that we managed to get it and it was super hype. So, there will definitely be more shiny hunting to come. Might be Larvesta next, but it also might be by the time we finish the Isle of Armor, we find something else cool that we want. So, we shall see. So thank you so very much for joining me. Have yourselves a wonderful night. I will see you at some other point this week, because I kind of want to get more streams in before I go on my bushcraft adventure and won't be able to stream for about half a month. So, we shall see. Till then, thank you so much for joining. I hope everyone had a fun time. We talked about some heavy stuff, so I hope everyone can feel better as well. So, have yourselves a wonderful rest of your Monday night. It is 11:14 on here, so it's more like get ready for Tuesday. Till then, peace out, take care, and just remember, I'm literally always watching you. There is literally never a point where I cannot see you. You can't hide. Bye!